Hello and welcome to the stream. I hope I have enough memory to record this because I'm realizing I haven't deleted like anything in kind of a while for video stuff. So we got to watch out on that, but I think it'll be fine. Also noticing there's like, oh, it's because this is pink. I have a weird gradient thing on my overlay that I just noticed now. Of course, thank you for the follows and the cheers and all of that. Of course, I didn't notice that until right now. That sucks. Let me see how I can fix that. I don't know how to fix that easily. I think we'll just leave it and let it be a little weird. What if we just left it? Are you guys okay with that? I think you might have to be because I don't feel like doing the extra steps. Today we're playing Titanium Court. Let me switch my input over to my stream. Yeah, it's like this like weird little bit right here. It's like I feel like it's like if you didn't notice it, you don't notice it, but I noticed it and now I can't unsee it. So like oop on that front. So yeah, Titanium Court is a game that I genuinely don't know anything about, and I am a little I feel silly saying that because literally like people from MinMax have talked to me about this game. People from Remap have talked to me about this game. I feel like Indie Council's also talked to me about this game. Like you guys have all talked to me about this game, and I'm really sorry to say that like I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like I'm so sorry. Like honestly, listening to people talk about Titanium Court has unveiled one of my biggest fears, which is, hey, when I'm talking about a video game, do people know what, like, is it understandable if you're not actually, like, if you haven't played the game? Like, one of my big concerns whenever I'm talking about a video game, even if it's super popular and like, oh, everyone who's listening's probably played it or knows it. I'm like, let me try to make it clear so that if you don't know, you'll know what I'm talking about and you're not just hearing a bunch of nouns and places and things. I fear this is a game, at least in my experience, talking to people about it, hearing from people about it, where it's a lot of like, this is what I know of Titanium Court. Match 3, story, funny writing, unreliable narrator, baseball? That's kind of all I know. Every now and then people throw other Shakespeare. If you said Shakespeare, then I probably did hear that, but I don't really remember the Shakespeare part. People have also mentioned like, then just like random nouns. Like people will be like, this is a fake example, so I don't know if this is the game. They're like, oh, but have you caught the golden fish? And then someone will go, golden fish? I'm still in the sewer. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck this game is. So we're going to hopefully find out together what the hell Titanium Court is. And we're kicking that journey off right now. Let me know in the chat what you know about this game, if you've played it. This is my first time hearing about this game. And what you're saying has piqued my interest. Yes, 11 hours in, and all I know, for all I know, that could be a real example. Exactly. You've heard her describe. So style checks as well. What's up, Breathlurks? What's up, Hellfuchsia? Neiman Otter? Everybody else in here? I might have missed OG San. What's good? I've been playing for 10 hours, still not sure what I could say about it. Yeah, like it just seems like that's the nature of the game. But at the same time, it's like, okay, like I'm really playing this based on the fact that a lot of people I know like it. This is also a game made by AP Thompson, who was also involved in Consumi as well. I forget what his exact role was in Consumi. If anyone knows in chat, feel free to shout it out. So then AP Thompson has also gone on to do this. It originally got like a demo. It was like a Next Fest demo. People were very hot on it there. People have just been like very gaga over this game. And I'm also told that the demo progress carries over, and that if you want to try it yourself, like I just had a code for it already, but like if you play the demo and like that, you'll probably like the game. If you didn't like it, you probably won't like the game, kind of thing. Like it's a good example. And someone on Blue Sky told me there's a lot of reading, so let's get into it. The forest, ? A man steps on stage and taps a microphone. Good evening. Also, there's like very little sound like right now, so there is game audio on. It's just like very quiet. Good evening. Before we begin the game, there are a few announcements. First, due to unexpected circumstance, the part of the player will be performed by an understudy. Okay, that's us. A couple of audible groans and one muffled boo erupt from the audience. Now, there's no need for that. This kid may not be a star yet, but I've seen her rehearse, and I can guarantee that she'll impress you. She may not have had time to memorize any of her lines, but, well, neither have you. Haha, audience laughs. Second, we'd like to warn you that this production features a significant amount of obscenity. But before all the parents in the audience begin covering their children's ears, know this. This stage is enchanted, such that the obscenities can only be heard by those of sufficient emotional maturity to handle hearing them. And finally, the writing room would like to issue an apology for failing to complete the script before this performance. They are working on it as I speak, so it is my pleasure to announce that tonight's performance is also a race. Who will win? The writers furiously working to finish the script, or the performers attempting to perform it? I can't answer that question, but I can announce that the race begins now. We hope you enjoy the game. Where should you start? Also, without, again, knowing much about this game, I like looking at this game. It reminds me, I'm sure it's nothing like this game. It reminds me of Dawnfolk. If anyone remembers that, it came out like last year, I think. It was a city builder. It has a very similar look to it, like the grid positioning of the icons and everything, like the kind of grid look of the city. Where should you start? You're walking through the woods when the world around you shattered. Okay, nice art. This was both alarming and inconvenient. Isolated on a lone stretch of ground, you were transfixed as the broken landscape began to rearrange itself. That's me. I'm supposed to do that now. Okay. Ooh. Out the gate, I like that feeling. I know that's stupid because it's like, oh, so bitch, you like match 3? Yes. Even though match 3 isn't even 3 because it's like more than 3, but your eyes followed trees and hills. The trees look like trees. The hills are like the cloud blobs. Okay. Collapsing in lines of 3. I guess it is 3 actually. 3 or more. As if the forest you knew were a knot becoming carefully untangled. Oh, okay. You dared not move from your position as the ground beneath your feet quivered with anticipation of shattering further. Do I just do another one? You passed the time this way for who knows how long. Until the court slid into view. At first, you weren't sure you could trust your eyes. But there it was, a great shining structure among the whirling landscape. Something stable and enclosed. A shelter. The music is a little loud. Okay, I got you. Let me hop over here really fast. Actually, let me do it from here because it's a little just easier. Let's go this way and then this way. All right, what do y'all think? Well, let me know if that's good. If you want a hair up, I can do that too. You kept your eyes on it, hoping it would draw close enough that you might peer inside its windows. Surprisingly, the court appeared able to move freely through the broken landscape, disregarding the lines of 3 as it approached your position. Oh. A little quiet now. LOL. No, you're good. It's also like... Maybe let's bring the music. Let's do this. They also just kind of stopped having stuff. Oops. People with dyslexia would have a hard time streaming this. Yeah. All right, let me know how this is. Surprisingly, it also might just be like sometimes the music's kind of loud. So I don't mind if it's a little too on the quiet end, but I don't want it to be like wildly quiet. Surprisingly, the court appeared able to move freely through the broken landscape, disregarding the lines of 3. I am curious really quick, just to get out of the way. There are accessibility options that can give you more legible fonts, which honestly, maybe we'll do that just for like... They also have hyper res fonts. That's nice. Honestly, it's more of a vibe to have the pixel fonts. But I think I'll do the clearer ones. It'll just hurt my eyes a little bit less. And then it'll be easier for y'all to see as well, even though I'm reading it out loud. But So yeah, love when that's included in the game. Okay, surprisingly, the court appeared able to move freely through the broken landscape. Okay, so we can just kind of disregarding the positions, whatever. Okay, let's just bring this up to me. I do remember, not to kiss Jill's ass because Jill is here, but I do remember Jill specifically. Maybe it was also Jenny, but mostly Jill, I think. Talking about like the tutorialization being like very like in universe, which is quite nice. And just as it came near, the shattered landscape lurched. With little warning, the forest snapped back together as if someone had pulled the knot of reality tight once again. Except by now, it wasn't the forest you knew. It was hardly even a forest. You stood, stretched, and began the hike towards the court. A.B. Thompson presents... Later, while the sun hovered low over the horizon, there was a feast within the walls of the court. Hoping to avoid any attention, you sought out a more isolated part of the hall. Hall, I think. An empty table near an exit where no one would pay you much mind. A sound plan, except... The hall was soon overflowing with people, and your table was no exception. The young man seated to your right began engaging you in idle conversation. The weather, how you found the meal, the role of the individual in society, how you prefer to make your bed, those sorts of subjects. Eventually he inquired about how you came to arrive at the court. Which answers my question quite thoroughly while raising many more, he says as you conclude your tale. But forgive me, you haven't actually finished your story, have you? You admit there is a bit more, though you have yet to make sense of it. The people within the court were earnest but odd. After your arrival, you attempted to get some answers about your whereabouts and the strange circumstances outside, except they spoke mostly in riddles and nonsense, didn't they? They did. Let's find out where you are. A man resting in the shade of the wall. Oh, I can also talk to this man. Said the man. Whoa, pal, before you ask me any more questions, you gotta know my deal. My deal is that I can only answer questions you haven't asked. Okay, I'm also a little worried that this is just blueprints in a more pixelated font, so throwing that out there. So as to where we are, no one can... Sorry. So as to where we are, no can do. Sorry, can't tell ya. But what are we doing? Oh man, we're a court of fairies on a quest to find our missing queen. He looked to both sides and said, so let me know if you see her. Just don't ask me where she is. Next to you. Hold on, are you seriously going to tell me about every excruciating individual conversation you had in excruciating detail? Yes. Yes, you are, because if he lets you proceed uninterrupted, he'll learn that many of these people played a part in what happened next. Ahoy, hello. What's up, chat? A woman in a helmet doing her... So I'm guessing that was also, like, a chance to... I mean, I'm not sure how the game is gonna, like, go. Like, if I hit no, would it... And you guys can spoil this because I don't care. If I hit no, would they have had me, like... Would it just be summaries, you know? Okay. A woman in a helmet doing her taxes at a picnic table. Let's talk to her. Said the woman... I would love to tell you where we are, friend, but I haven't even figured out where we aren't. She gestured at a stock of maps on the table behind her. We're not in any of those places. Or at least we weren't. Who knows if that's true now that the tide has come in. You attempted another tactic, hoping to glean some information. Fun fact about me, I keep mixing up glean and gleam. And almost no one notices because they sound the same, but like I always forget what is what. I guess glean is like sussing out, and gleam is like shiny. I don't know why I always mix those up. Perhaps she could tell you at least... Sorry. Perhaps she could at least tell you the name of this place. Same, chat, same. Nero. Oh, wait. Sorry. Oh, we just call it the court. Its full name is the Court of... I forget. Something like the Court of Aluminum... But it starts with a T. The Court of Tungsten? I don't know. Maybe I'm new here and I'm bad with names, but at least I can give you mine. I'm Robin. She held out her hand, which you shook as you introduced yourself. Now, if you'll excuse me, I try to sort this out before the tide settles again. A pair in front of a blackboard discussing magic. I also like that instead of the yellow text, they have like wavy text. That's kind of cute. There appeared to be a seminar of some sort taking place in the courtyard. A seminar on magic, if you understood the text on the blackboard correctly. So, okay. First, you take a metaphor, and then you stretch it really thin, right? Right. Like really thin. So thin you forget its original purpose. Then you inflate it. Right, just inflate the metaphor. I prefer to use my lungs for that. Then, as it's inflating, you twist it. Hang on, like so. You still following? I think so. And hold on. Ta-da! It now resembles a dog. A delight for children and such. Ah, okay. So what happened to the metaphor? It's a lovely little balloon dog now. I see. They seemed a bit busy, so you left them to it. Metaphor, fantastic. No facts. This game is one of the best at doing a lot with a little. We will see what we see. I'm enjoying it so far. It's much more story-based than It's not more story-based than I expected overall, because people did talk a lot about the writing, but it's more front story loaded than I thought. I kind of thought this was going to be a little bit more like, even though I never finished it, Inscription, which on that note, I'm kind of in the mood to try Inscription again, which really quick. Oi. Hold on, I almost fell. Let me put that on my backlogs really fast. I have to tab over. You guys can't see me doing this, but I have started doing a list of, I have a couple lists going of games that I like want to get to for like GOTY stuff and games that I want to get to for funsies. And at this point, this is a for funsies game. Now that I've been into Slay the Spire and I would say I've been into Balatro. I mean, I wasn't like a Balatro stan in the way that other people were. Like, I didn't make, in a non-shade way, it wasn't my whole personality. Like, Slay the Spire 2 is kind of one of those, like, that's your whole personality, bitch, kind of games where it's, like, heavy hours, like, kind of thing. Balatro wasn't like that for me, but I did like it a lot, and I played it a lot. I would love to go back to Balatro also, because now that I feel like I'm better with card games, I'm like, maybe I could do a little more here. I don't know. Anyway. A small cat bathing in the sun atop the walls. Okay, is this cat just gonna meow? I kind of hope so. It said a small cat. Meow. Ah, your questions are numerous but inconsequential, for they overlook the current crisis. Meow. What crisis? Why the crisis? Whereby my dinner is late. Meow. It is so late, in fact, that I'm not certain the concept of dinner isn't something I invented in a fugue of hunger. Wow. All other societal issues are mere trivialities in comparison to my plight. Parr. Please, stranger, might you fill my bowl, thus ending this ravenous standoff? A one behind you laugh. Oh, don't listen to him. He's been fed twice today already. That's honestly, that's kind of like, I feel like cat shit in games is low-hanging fruit, but I will fucking eat the fruit every time because I love my cat. Okay. I love my cat. And as far as like low-hanging fruit cat pandering, that was kind of entertainingly done, so I will let them have it. What did the outside of the court look like while atop the walls? There will be times where I will not be able to read, and I'm just gonna have to let you guys know that now. I do my best. I will keep improving and growing, but there are times where it's like I can't read. I'll actually be fine after the stream. My voice might be a little bit on the sore end, but I have gotten really used to like talking nonstop from streaming. The very first time I started streaming, like in the more modern era, I played a visual novel. I think it was like Arcade Spirits. It's like a dating sim, arcade dating sim, and that's like all reading. And it was like my first time really streaming, and I was like, holy shit, like how are people doing this? Because like also pro streamers will stream for like 8 hours, 6 hours, 12 hours. I'm like, how are these people doing this? And then I realized you kind of get used to it, and that's fine. I may be biased, but there isn't enough cat pandering stuff in games. Yeah, I mean, I think the real thing that's like that's a little tired isn't the cat pandering. It's more of the pet the dog, pet the cat. But I'm not gonna lie, I want to do that every time, and I do expect it now. a question I'd like to ask developers as a whole is, do they feel like they can no longer not let you pet? I feel like they're fucked if they let you pet, and they're fucked if they don't. Because it's like, if they don't let you pet, you're disappointed, and if they do let you pet, you feel like, okay, you're kind of cliche. Finding no immediate answers inside the court, you moved to the top of the walls and looked outward. Perhaps there was something you could see from this vantage that would shed more light on your situation. To the contrary, conditions outside the walls were even stranger than they were at the time of your arrival. The rest of the shattered landscape had now melted away. The court stood alone amid a void. But not for long. For a second, I thought, like, do I have to do something else here? Then click. Like a rush of water, new surroundings began to surround. Much of the new topography was familiar to you. You could identify fields, water, woods, and hills. But there was something else to see. A menacing group of other courts were also part of the landscape. You were not alone in noticing these, like, M's, like these other courts. Someone shouted, "The war, the war, the war is here." Someone else, "That can't be! Puck said no wars until we find the queen." Then perhaps he should explain that to them. Surrounded by the enemy on all sides and bereft of an obvious course of action, the people of the court began to pray. Puck, what? Oh, is this like a Shakespeare thing again? Like, Jill, I don't know Shakespeare as well as you might think. I had to read very little Shakespeare for my degree. I know we're both English majors. I read The Taming of the Shrew, love. I read Midsummer Night's Dream, also love. Girl, I think that's it. I never read Romeo and Juliet. Oh, I read Much Ado About Nothing. I don't think I mentioned that one. Fuck, Puck is from Midsummer Night's Dream? Bitch. I don't remember that fucking book. The play. Also, quick thing, which I do plan on doing this at some point, Isaiah, if you're listening, spoilers for your life. For movies, like film adaptations of Shakespeare, I think is it Midsummer Night's Dream that has, oh my god, I'm blanking, Denzel Washington in it? Is that the one? Because that one's really good. It has Denzel, it has Keanu Reeves, it has other people, but I don't want to spoil it anymore. That one's Much Ado About Nothing. Okay. Yeah. Shit, did I read Midsummer's Dream? I think I did. I think those are the only three that I read. You would think I would have had to take a Shakespeare... Did I take a Shakespeare course in college? That might have been where I read those three. I don't know why we didn't do any of the other ones, but only so much time. But yeah, I never read fucking Hamlet, which it's like, that's the other one that everyone reads, so... Maybe I'll, like, get into that at some point. You know, do some like capital C classics. Something I did do, I noticed that they're coming out with a new movie of Homer's Odyssey, right? Did I hallucinate that? I'm definitely watching that because I read that fucking book, and that book is thick as shit. And I read that shit for fun, and it was a lot to fucking read, and I feel like I don't even know how much of that I retained. But I did it. I did the work, so... Me rereading the Odyssey to know what's going on in the movie. No, I don't know. Like, I read the Robert Fables. Is it Fables or Fagles edition? That's the edition to read if you're going to read old shit. I think it's is it Fagles? Fables? If you know, you know. Because, like, he's like, kind of the one for, like, translation annotation. Fagles. Okay, it is Fagles. Anyway, hot tip. You want to hit up that Fagles shit. Because that's where the real information is. Okay. The Eagles, exactly. Okay, so a man stepped forward and offered the first prayer. I genuinely wish no harm upon our enemy. I merely pray they would fade into obscurity. Okay. Okay, this feels kind of sad, though. Wow, I didn't expect that to work, but thanks. The woman named Robin offered the next prayer. My notes are quite clear on this. Prayer does not work. Our time is much better spent steering the court. Reminder, their soldiers cannot cross water. We should try to take shelter behind a moat until the tide comes in. Yeah, have you played this yet, Eddie? It's like very hot in the streets right now. And by right now, I mean a few weeks ago. People are still obviously playing it, but... Okay, so... Not at all. Well, free look at it. Okay. Ah, okay, right, that's us. That's us. Okay. Wait, they want me to lift this up? There, now that river protects us from nearly half of the field. But I'm right next to this other one. Hills should also slow their advance. So for my next prayer, but the next prayer did not belong to Robin. The next prayer belongs to the cat. Wow. So long as we were making demands of God, then my wish, as ever, is to be fed. Psst, hey, you probably didn't notice, but something just happened over here. What happened is this is a pretty good tutorial. I don't know how good I'm going to be at playing the game after this, which is also the measure of a good tutorial. But it is like kind of really like, okay, here's the tone. Here's kind of what's happening narratively. Here's the main mechanic. Here's this other shit. An undergraduate thesis about postmodernism and late Renaissance drama. Let me tell you, I don't remember Midsummer Night's Dream either. Yeah, like it's so hard to remember like any stuff. And this is why like I have this take of like when it's not like necessarily actually this should be a Gamecast topic. When do your opinions expire? Like what's the shelf life on your opinions? Let me write that down somewhere. And actually, I can actually write it down in my handy dandy notebook. I was talking about this on stream. Shoot, where the fuck's the pen? There it is. On stream, I think last time I was live. Let me put this in, hold on, my notes got fucking trapped. I have a page for Gamecast stuff. What is the shelf life on your opinion? So I can throw this to y'all too. Writing the down extends your life. Definitely, yes. How to extend any evergreen? So, like for me, for instance, I think a lot goes into it. It's the same as as condom shelf life. I don't remember offhand what that shelf life is either. So, oh my god, this came from Jill. What a like a rowdy comment from Jill, who's like I picture as very prim and proper. Also, Jill, I stole your short hair swag a little bit. Obviously, my hair is very different than yours. You have more of a curliness to what you got going on. But yeah, I now am seeing the light of like, what if I had very little hair? Thank you, you're very sweet. By the way, yes, short hair looks good. Thank you. Yeah, it's funny because I feel like I did like 1 or 2 shows with it, and I feel like no one even knew that it was cut because like I wear headphones, and like this is black, and my hair is like basically black, so it's like you can't even really tell now, but it's like boom. And I have been enjoying, like, I have a very head-shaped head, where it's like, it's just I got a real noggin here, and like it's fun to like have access to. You know what I mean? I can feel the wind on my neck. It's a nice time. Yeah, head-shaped head. Well, Isaiah does not have a head-shaped head. He has like a, I don't know, it's like a more like, it's like I don't know how to explain it. You know what I mean? It's like, short hair is so much easier. That the world opens up in so many ways. I imagine you have to do some stuff though with your hair because it's like it's one thing I noticed about your hair, Jill. It's very moisturized, which I'm quite jealous of because I feel like my hair doesn't retain moisture that well, or I'm not moistening it enough. Sorry, I know some people hate that word. Like your hair is very hydrated. You have very hydrated curls. Like here's something I never told you. We like took a picture together like 2 years ago at GDC, and I was like, and not even just like a you versus me thing, but like we took a picture together, and like my hair was very dry, and like behind me was like a separate woman, and her hair was like the same kind of hair but much more hydrated, and I was like, fuck, that's how my hair should look. How the fuck did she do that? Can I go into the picture and try to like gain her hydration? But I feel like my hair retains hydration more when it's shorter. So, and maybe that is it. Maybe your hack is just that you don't have that much hair. you know, because like I feel like my hair is so much more hydrated now that it's shorter. Like it doesn't frizz as much. It just like is like healthier looking. But maybe it's that I'm using the same amount of product on less hair and that I'm just never using enough product. That's also my theory. Big fan of shoulder length fuchsia. Yeah, that was what I was rocking before. Like for years, and then I'll go back to the game. For years, my longest hair was like collarbone, and I really like that. And I still think it does look good. Like I have some pictures of myself with hair that length where I'm like, oh, this looks really good. Like this is like a serve, you know. But I feel like it's easier to serve when you're like fake bald headed. Like it's like there's something about like, you know, you have your little head shaped head, and then you can just kind of like, yeah. But I've been liking it a lot. This is the shortest I've ever had it in my like whole life. And I think it's gonna be here to stay. So we'll see. Only con is that you do have to get it cut more. Like I got it cut almost this short last time, and then it grew out really fast. Like I had it grown out for 4 months, and I'm like, if I want to keep this, I'm gonna track it this time around. I'm thinking maybe I can get away with it every 2 months. But Jill, you have short hair, and who else has short hair in the chat? I know Ash, you have short hair also. How often are you getting it cut, or are you cutting it? You know, if you cut it yourself, obviously that counts. My hair's so oily that I was bleaching it and it was actually better. Yeah, valid. What happened is by matching fields, so the actual wheat fields is back to the game again, every 5 to 6 weeks. See, yeah, that sounds about right. And that sounds like the perfect amount. I might be cheap and do like an every 8 just to like save the extra little bit. I trim my own bangs. I should start. When the bangs get overgrown, like the whole haircut, throw it in the bin. Like it just ends up being like, my bangs got really overgrown last time and they were literally like down to like my chin or something crazy. Cut it right before your wedding at chin length. Just now gonna need a cut. That's pretty good length then, or like retention. So the cord gets more food when we put the fields in. When my bangs are too long, I'm suffering. I know, I don't have the guts to, I think, cut them myself. And I feel like my hairdresser would be like, girl, why are you messing around with this? With that? Like, I also feel like she would offer, let me read through this first and then do it. Similar other parts of the background can be matched. So we can like earn resources also. None of those fairies in the court will tell you this. Their religion forbids them from acknowledging the existence of the user interface. But I'm a secular tooltip. I fear no god. I will do my best to provide you with this vital information. You're welcome. Yes, more of that, please. I go to a woman who I met because she worked. Basically, I went to a salon, and she worked at the salon. Then she quit the salon and said, "Hey, girl, if you want to just get your hair cut by me, I left the salon, and you could just like pull up to my house, and I'll charge you like significantly less, and it's the same haircut because I'm the same person." And I said, "Say less." So I've been going to her for like maybe like a year at least now. She's great. And I think she would, if she knew I was cutting my bangs, I think she genuinely would just offer like either for free or for very cheap. She's mentioned like, you can come by and I'll just touch up whatever you have. But she's like not super close to me, which is why I'm not like jumping at that opportunity. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what I do. Robin better moan the loss of the moat. And we face even more of the enemy than before. Why do I bother? The scholars of the blackboard now chimed in. We've identified the most strategically sound location. This spot right here. If we just steer over there carefully, we should be fine. Sitting pretty. But Robin interjected, "Stop! Look at the clock. It's almost low tide. We have time left for only one more move." Hello again. So the clock and time left that Robin alludes to is, in fact, this unassuming progress bar at the edge of your vision. Much like life, every move you make will deplete some of your remaining time. That's actually horrifying to think of. Hold on, let me take a screenshot of that because that's really funny. Also, yes, I like do all these steps instead of just doing the shortcut because I never remember what the shortcut is, and I'm gonna need you guys to just accept that about me. And part of that is that like the keyboard I use, it like goes between Mac and Windows, so like the shortcuts are always a little different. It's not just because I'm a boomer, but it's a little bit because I'm a boomer. So just accept it. If we have only one prayer left, what do you suggest we ask for? Sidebar of that, when or has it already happened? You know how like Gen Z is always talking shit about millennials because we're old, which like I understand everyone makes fun of people that are older than them. I just did it right now. is, does Gen Z currently, or do you think they will ever do what I just did, where I said, "Oops, sorry, I'm like, oh, I'm such a boomer." Are they gonna say I'm such a millennial? And they're like, I don't know. God, what's a millennial thing? We had like the mustache thing for a while. That was something. That's like old. That's old cringe though. We're like beyond that. I know. I feel like boomer. Like, and it sounds so good to say. You know. I think they already do. But do you think they like? I know they make fun of us, but do they say like, "Oh my God, I'm such a millennial," like while they do stuff? Elder Gen Z here. Boomer is more of a mindset, right? Like, so do you? Okay, so here's a question: do you guys say, "Oh my God, I'm such a boomer," even though you're literally? Oh, the gamers YouTube playlist. Oh, you mean the one that Jacob had? I can do that. Oh my gosh. Give me a second. I'm sure someone would put it in Discord. Are you in the Discord? Actually, let me just ask that, because if you're in the Discord, we might just do this through Discord. Yeah, ping in the PB Bang channel, because you're not. Oh no, why not? Why aren't you in there? Do you have Blue Sky? If you DM me there, I can send it to you. I don't want to blow up the spot and then have it get pulled from everywhere. And then right now I'm just too lazy to want to go over because I've already dicked around a lot. If we have only one prayer left, or Instagram also works, because I'm not a sub on Patreon. That's okay. Your secret's safe with me. I'm not a sub on Patreon or Mimex either. There's no judges here. I'm sad you're not in the Discord. I'm not understanding of it. But yeah, if you DM me on Blue Sky or Instagram or something, I can do that. Thank you for giving me your Twitch Prime though. I appreciate. Okay, if only one per left, what do you suggest we do? Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Apologies, but another explanation from me. Your humble tooltip is in order. The previous moves chain together in multiple matches. Together, because of this, you've earned some bonus time. For the fairies of the court, this might as well be a miracle. Is there any chance we can do it again, whatever that was? Okay. Ooh. I'm embarrassed because I know I'm not going to be able to do it. I don't have a good vision for like how things are going to affect, like, of how to like how to chain stuff set up. Like, I'm not really good at visualizing that. Okay, yeah, I'll send it there. The battlefield snapped together as the court snapped to attention. Places, everyone. Windows were shuttered. Doors were slammed. Throngs of people emerged from inside and formed a line near the gates. A tap on your shoulder. One of the scholars. We could use some help in the dressing room if you have a free hand. Along with the scholars, introducing you as Hop and Skip, you sorted through a large pile of costumes and props and weapons. Check the tag on that, would you? Make sure I put it together properly. Click and hold. Farmer, working fairy, gathers food from fields. If it looks correct, feel free to hand it out. Click to use. You handled the bundle of farmer's apparel to the first person in line. Unperturbed by the idea of harvesting wheat in the middle of battle, they whistled as they marched out the front gate. Now do it again. Deploy another farmer. Now see if this one fits anybody. Click and hold. Soldier, offensive fairy, attacks the enemy. Okay. You handled a bundle of armor and weapons to the next person in line. She tested the weight of a weapon in hand. I haven't received any training, so I'm planning to hit anything that doesn't belong to us. After the minimal preparation, the scholars considered their work finished. I'd place our chances of survival somewhere near abysmal, but I'm afraid this is the best we can do. Oh, let me also move my mouse on this side. My friend who I do Fantasy Critic with picked this game up before it was even had a listing. Because he heard rumblings AP Thompson was showing it at indie festivals and it was really good. I counterpicked it thinking this was a year off since he had announced it. And now I'm down 16 points. Yeah, it's funny. In my league that I'm in, which Ash is also in, like the For Funsies league. And so is Eddie. I can't play for it in the chat. We like set up stipulations on that. Like, because some of us are like covering the industry. So it's like, okay, like what's allowed and what isn't. And it's like anything that could be gained publicly is allowed. But it's like if I did a hands-off preview, like until after like that preview post, like I can't be like, oh, I did this preview. The content hasn't gone up yet. I'm gonna like draft or not draft this thing or whatever. So, but yeah, that is funny. But yeah, someone in our league got this as well, and I was like, damn, I've been out indied. Okay. Hello, I must pester you one more time before I take my leave. Observe, this is the undo button. I feel like more games need an undo button. Why are we like so against letting people undo? Oh, you have public bids. We don't have public bids. We have secret bids. Like for instance, in Slay the Spire, I messed up one of my turns and like there's nothing I could have done. I just had to hit end and then I died. Like what the fuck was the point of that? Especially when it's like turn-based, like why are we not letting us have undo, you know? Okay. As used before starting the battle. However, the official editorial position of this tooltip is that you are liable to lose no matter how many times you change your mind presently. I know, but like that feels like cheating though. And then I also don't want to do... Yeah, now in Slay the Spire's defense, they do have a submit. Like, you can, like, do a long press to end your turn. But it's not like I can... like, if I play a card and I was like, wait, I didn't do that in the right order, I can't, like, undo that. You know? When you're ready to lose, use the play button to proceed to battle. Now I will leave you at peace. Okay. But, should you ever desire the company of your loyal tooltip, all you do is click and hold over any button or tile, and I will do my best to explain it to you. Okay. Click and hold. So do I deploy first? I don't really know how many or like what of what I should be doing. And I guess I can't deploy more of these because I don't have whatever this is. Stone. Absorbs impact. Okay. How do I get stone? Okay, what? You know what? Let's just start. Let's just start. Oh. Can I not, like, move tiles? I'm so confused on what I'm supposed to do here. Wait. Wait. Was I supposed to move stuff before? Fuck. Did I fuck this up? Yeah, I think I died. What was supposed to happen? I thought I slid stuff as they were doing stuff. Do I not? That's cool. Just had the Robert Wizard stuff. And then, sometime later, as the sun hovered over the horizon, there was a feast within the walls of the court. The man to your right is beside himself with laughter. You're meant to lose there. Okay, cool. Well, I also feel though, like, did I do something literally wrong? Like, I thought I was like also sliding stuff, and not sliding stuff. Okay, so your court, caught off guard by a sudden war, stumbled behind enemy lines, made a token attempt at resistance, and was summarily toppled. Do I have that right? Yes, that does appear to be an accurate summary. Well then, I am certainly glad I slept through that. Ha! As you look at your surroundings, a switch flips in your mind. Your own story makes little sense now that you think about it. How did your companion pats you on the arm? Don't worry about it. If our court couldn't withstand physical destruction, we wouldn't have lasted 5 minutes in the pull of the tide. But enough of that. It's about time I made some introductions. As you've narrowly avoided learning, this place is called Titanium Court. Meanwhile, I have the honor of being the steward of the court. My name is Puck, although my lovers and enemies call me Goodfellow. I am chief advisor and friend eternal to our fair queen. As fancy as that sounds, in practice it means he's unemployed. One of the scholars, the man named Hop, has approached your table. He appears to have had a drink or two or four. Are fairy lights millennial cringe? Yeah. I bought some on Amazon to add to the bookshelf near my desk to have a light source other than overlighting. They are, but like, who cares? Because Gen Z has their own fairy lights, and it's those fucking light strips. And you know what? I embrace all sources of light here. I have a fucking lava lamp on my desk. I think have some fun little light. Do some generations skew more towards one thing than another? Everyone wants their fun, non-overhead lighting. So I think just do whatever you want. But like, so I guess I wouldn't say it's millennial cringe. It's more like millennial core, I would say. Yeah. I feel like millennial cringe, it has to be like cringier. And I feel like light sources aren't that cringy. I think millennial cringe is more like the like, I must ask you a question, doggo kind of vibes, you know? He pulls up a seat between the two of you and assumes a jovial attitude. Guess the queen stood us up, good fellow. Lucky for her, I'd say I'd skip town too if I knew what a sorry court that would make, or we would make, or some shit, or what. If I knew what a sorry showing the court would make. There we go. But on the plus side, we can continue draining our wine cellar. Now, are you going to help me with that, good fellow, or are you just going to stare at me? I don't mind either way. Puck, staring at the scholar, mouth agape, slowly inhales and pinches his nose. What fools these? How drunk are you, Hop? The queen is right here. I've been speaking to her for the entire feast. An excited hush falls over the entire hall. Hop blinks, looks at you, looks at Puck, turns bright red. Oh, I see it now. That calls for Her Majesty's finest vintage. I'll be right back. As Hop makes a quick exit, you look steadily at Puck and shake your head. There's no use denying it now. Not after the tale you told. If you'd like more proof, just take a look at where you're seated. You slowly take in your surroundings. I don't know, because earlier we established that I don't remember Midsummer Night's Dream, so I can't say if it is or isn't. Puck smiles. Now, if I may conclude my introductions, let me present the court to your majesty, and likewise. He stands up and addresses the entire hall as he says, long absent the queen of Titanium Court, always a stranger, has arrived. Cheers erupt, and dessert is served. Pretty good music. To your left, Hop returned with an armful of glasses and bottles. And about time, too, good fellow. Did you tell her about the war yet? Titanium Court. Titanium Court. Chapter 1. A place beloved only of clowns and criminals. And then, just a short while after the feast, the court returns to war. Okay. You're in charge of the war now, your majesty. I don't know why my mic keeps it keeps squeaking. Okay. Wait, that was the tutorial? I think I'm more lost than before. Yeah, so the only thing that I'm not super sure of is like the sliding part, because I didn't get to slide anything last time. But basically, from what I can glean, it's... I can see why people have been having trouble talking about this game. Mechanically, this is what I take away so far. Once you commence the battle, it has to play out. It just has to play out. So I don't get to slide. When do I get to slide stuff? Do I slide stuff before? You should be fine. Just remember everything we've taught you about magical warfare. Blinking slowly, you remind them that at this exact moment, they taught you roughly nothing about magical warfare. Ah, good. She remembers quite clearly. High tide. While the field is broken, arrange it to your advantage. Okay, so right now I can arrange it. Okay. So from what I can tell, this is my current take post-tutorial of what this game is. It's a sliding... It's a match 3 puzzle game meets... I don't think RTS is the right word for it, but it's like... Almost, not an auto battler, but like... Okay, so it's like a match 3 puzzle game. And also a kind of resource management / battle situation, like you're sending out troops to do stuff. That's part of the game. The other part of the game is narratively learning more about yourself and the kingdom and who's in it and what's going on. But right now you're basically you've stumbled into being the queen of the Titanium Court and you're at war, so you're like fighting the war. It kind of reminds me of like, you know when you play an arcade game and to you you're just like having fun playing an arcade game, shooting some stuff, but in the world of the arcade game there's like way more lore. It's like, what if that lore was more surface to you and more a part of the game? Is sort of what Titanium Court feels like at this exact moment. So I can't help but think of there's a video game, and maybe someone in chat will remember. It's called... It's the game where you have to save your family. Does anyone know this arcade game? It's really old. And you shoot a bunch of stuff. Yeah, Robotron, I think. Yeah, I think that's it. Let me look it up. Yeah, this looks like it. So this feels like, what if Robotron was actually an indie game and it was match 3 management meeting a story that we surface more. That's like the vibe I get from this so far. And then Cody with Cat says there are 2 phases. High tide, you slide things until the meters drain. Low tide, you shop and spawn things with your abilities using the resources you gain from high tide. Okay. Cool. Makes sense. Okay. Now the problem with me and potentially this game is I don't feel like I'm much of a planner for this type of gameplay. Obviously I plan a lot in other games, but... And also, like, can I see what's going on here? Inspect your available units. Consult the ever-changing map. You don't know what any of this means. That's really funny. Hold on. Sorry. That's funny. Because literally I was like, why did I consult this? I didn't learn anything from it. Yeah, okay. And then this is inspect your available units. Okay, so then I have available... Oh, no, these are the ones that I can, like, buy. Okay, and then water... Okay. I'm not exactly sure, like, what I should be, like, working towards, though. Like, I haven't been able to currently conceptualize, like, what my strategy should even be, in a way. Like, they've been giving me some information on, like, oh, you can do this, and, like, if you, like, chain stuff, like, it'll be good, but, like, I think we're just gonna vibe and then start to kind of... I think these will kind of feel clearer later. This looks nothing like, at all, like, what I expected from listening to Chia and Patrick's discussion. I did not follow. I love Chia and Patrick. I did not know what they were talking about. But I also acknowledge that there is a game, like, especially since they're further into the game, I feel like they were, like, like, it was a lot of the, like, they want to be vague because, like, they didn't want to spoil it, but also it's, like, I don't know what's going on. But also I'm really early, so... And I also feel like that's kind of the nature of games sometimes. Like, when the other day I had to truly explain to someone what Slay Spire 2 was, like, from zero. Like, they don't really know anything about, like, the genre. They don't know about the game. But luckily it doesn't even feel too bad in the game. Dog Shit Match 3, getting better. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I was just reading 7 pieces. Okay, so... We could maybe use some more water. Oh, I can't do that? Because there's something that matches. Okay, so you can't, like... Yeah. That makes sense. So then, am I done when this depletes? Okay, yeah, and this is me, but I'm right next to, unfortunately, I'm right next to this castle, too, so... I don't really know what that even does, but... Okay. Here's a question. Should I spend all my resources? So let's at least do one of these. Can I do a second one? Man, that's my people. No, because I don't have a third thing. Sure. I don't really, like, I know these do different things, but I don't really, it hasn't really, like, synced in, like, what are they doing, though? I think the blue ones tend the wheat, and then the other ones fight. Are things going good? And then I don't know why there's baseball. Like, I don't know why there's baseball. And what the baseball means. Is the baseball good? Well, having now achieved some kind of victory in war, I wonder if someone in the court might help you return home. It would be our pleasure if you can show us the way. Also, that was only one battle. There are many more to come if my notes are to be trusted. Okay, well, if you understand this map correctly, if it even is a map, there appears to be some sort of signage just ahead. Perhaps if you can reach those signs, you'll learn more about where you actually are, along with how to get home. So I've been, like, isekai'd into the Titanium Court. Sort of. A little bit. Yes. Okay, there we go. Well, they should have just said that. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Basically, if you're consuming any media, you can just say, like, so I've been isekai'd. And if it's a video game, you're probably, like, a little right at some point. And to reach them, we need merely be swept forward by the tide, as we have been all along convenient. I gotta say, I just put the fairy lights and Millennials ate with the shit. I love some fairy lights. I love some cute little lighting. Oh my god, in college I had like a bunch of Christmas lights in a jar. That was a vibe. That was peak decor. Well, the field is broken. Arrange it to your advantage. Little me is eating their Tumblr heart out. Yeah, exactly. I know. Ugh. In another life, I would have been Tumblr famous, but that probably would have fucked me up. So it's fine. Okay, so now I see. Now I see. I can see now. Ooh. Yeah, the Buddha Dash Con and everything. Oh, that felt good. But it's like, I didn't really do that on my own, though. You know what I mean? I just, like, got lucky. This music is what if Hotline Miami wasn't equal and disgusting laudatory. Okay. Ooh, what's this? I want that safe. Oh. Yeah. I want to know what's in there, but it's locked. You fucking sluts. Okay. Oh, I want to know what's in there. Okay, let's head and make preparations for the upcoming battle. Do I keep, like... Oh, yeah, and then this is them, right? Like, their people? Is there ever a reason, like, not to use all my resources? And, like, if my guys stay alive, do I, you never know how much you'll need. Okay. And then if my guys stay alive, do they, like, stay with me? Or is it like, oh, if I put out, like, 82 guys, it's not like I have 82 guys the next fight? The music is good. It is pretty good. How was the introduced to you? Oh, you mean like the game? It's been cool so far. I'm not really like on that like goaty level for it yet. I mean, it's kind of rare to feel I think that strongly about a game in general, unless it's like a sequel where you kind of already like can see where they're going with it and can appreciate that. But I'm enjoying it. It's pretty cool. It's got like their one battle chumps. Yeah, I'm really early. But I'm enjoying it. It's got like a fun creative take on the genre. I think the writing is quite good. I can get why, like, I know Chio was talking about, like, oh, if the tone doesn't work for you, like, it's not gonna work for you, which is true, but, like, I was worried it would be, like, it is a little, like, ooh, meta and, like, cheeky, but I think it's tastefully done. Like, so many games do this, and they're like, and one eye on you, the player, and I'm like, okay, bitch, like, relax. Especially, like, a lot of, because indie games do lean in that, like, generally are, like, a little bit more stereotypically artsy than what you get in the AAA space. Like, I think sometimes it can be a little, like, a little much. It's like you're doing a lot, but it's not really meaningful. And here I think it's pretty nicely done. I would be a little surprised why, like, I don't really know why someone wouldn't like it, because even if you don't like meta humor, it's not, like, exclusively meta humor, so I think it's, like, pretty good. It's, like, pretty inoffensive as far as, like I do get people not liking the tone, but it's, like, it's kind of, like, chill, though. Like, I don't know. Okay, so then they're gonna have 4 guys? Is that what this is telling me? Yeah, I'll do 5 and then... Okay. Making about the Fae is a cheat code for kind of doing winky maneuver. Yeah. I like the agnostic secular tooltip. Me too. 007 or Pragmata or Procopia. Which should I get with my raise? How big is the raise? Get them all. I'm bad with money. Okay, no. I think, honestly, if you really want to be, like, in a conversation, 007, because that's coming out, like, in a little bit, if you want, like, I want to have a good time, get in, get out, I think Pragmata. And yeah, if you want bang for your buck, I think Pacopia. But to be honest, like I gotta choose my words carefully because, again, it's not that I don't like it. It's not that I don't like it. It's not that I don't like it. I haven't played that much of it. But Pacopia, like, was another... I think you have to, like, take the... You know, you really have to invest the time in that to, like, get into it. Because, like, I started it and I'm like, there's some cool ideas here. And then I put it down and I simply have been, like, chill, you know? And I'm sure I'm going to love it. I'm sure I'm going to put a lot of hours into it. Every motherfucker who plays those kinds of games said that it's a banger. I'm just saying that, like, it's not like, I mean, I think some people would disagree with this because I think it is bingeable in a way. But I feel like I don't know. I don't want to binge. Like, I'm not, maybe it's a mood thing for me. I'm not in the mood to, like, have to feel like I'm going to really work on it and, like, to get to the most fun parts. Like, I want to be able to, like, it's like a long stew kind of game. Option D, 10 random Steam games. That is kind of fun. I do like doing that. But yeah, I would personally go Pragmata of all of those. Because also, we don't even, I mean, I know Leo Vader over on MinMax did the preview for 007, and he was quite fond of it. Fond of Bond, you know? But, like, we still don't really know, like, what the, you know what I mean? It's not out yet. Like, it's not as known of a quantity. Yeah, and I guess it maybe depends on how much you like those kinds of games. Like, I enjoy those kind of games, but I do think Pragmata is a little bit more up my taste alley than 007 is. So yeah, I would do that. Now, I will say for the Steam thing, don't forget, and I need to double, like, I don't think developers get, like, negatively dinged for this. Maybe they do, and if they do, I'll stop saying this. But you can refund games within, like, 2 hours or something on Steam. I forget the policy. And I don't say that in a, like, please do not be shitty and, like, buy a Steam game that's, like, short and then refund it when you beat it. Like, don't do any of that jank shit. That's kind of fucked up, to be honest. I can't walk with you there. But where I can walk with you is I think we've all been like, should I get this game? And then we've all bought a game and been like, actually, I didn't really like this game. I think it's really cool that Steam lets you refund it. So I think you have that grace too. Cause, like, you're trying to find a game. You want to spend money on a game that you're going to enjoy, right? Like, totally, like, if you don't fuck with it, just refund it and then no harm, no foul. So it's like, it's impossible to fail when you're on Steam because, like, you would be choosing to fail. Now, can you like a game in the first 2 hours and then fall off of it? Yeah, but, like, you know, I think it's a lot more often that you'll know within 2 hours, like, if you're into something. A menacing birdcage suddenly appears in front of the court. Your Majesty, I have notes on this foe. Let me know if you'd like to see them. Yeah. Girl, where's the note? Okay, hold on. Robin has notes on how the birdcage behaves in battle. Right, here's what my notes say. First, at the start of low tide, the birdcage will flood its surroundings with water, okay? Following the birdcage will attack the court with birds. Fighting may prove tricky if it's always surrounded by water. The court soldiers will be unable to reach it. You agree. You wonder if there's an approach that the court could take. So right now it's high tide. And okay. Fuck, I don't know. I'm not smart. I don't know what to do. Okay. Wait, aren't some of these enemy courts empty? Featuring some of the enemy courts on the battlefield. While some enemy courts have soldiers, there are also ones that appear really empty. You think you can maybe assume that these empty ones will not attack the court. Yes, you can assume that. That's really funny. Hold on. Another funny thing. Oops, sorry. Wrong button. Now we'll see if I remember to post any of these because, like, they're on my PC and I mostly, like, do stuff on my Mac, so. Additionally, you can see when enemy soldiers will attack the court over here on the timeline. You can see when enemy soldiers. Okay. Even soldiers might be no threat if you can deal with their courts before they attack. Okay. Okay, so right now it's high tide, but during low tide, the birdcage will flood. Well, not the birdcage will flood the surrounding area. So maybe it's like try to put the empty ones by there. Or should I try to flood? Or should I try to flood the enemy ones? Just surround yourself with water. The classic solution. Your Majesty, look, there's a chest resting on that patch of land. We should be able to recover its contents as long as it remains in sight until low tide. Bitch, where is it? Oh, there it is, there it is, there it is. Okay, so I don't want to clear this because I want it in sight. Fucking bitch. Well, there's another one over here, though. The land looks like something cream. Oh. Yeah, these are the, what you mean these things? They're like the hills. They look like clouds to me. I don't really know if that was like, if I did anything good, but as low tide begins, the birdcage surrounds itself with a moat. Low tide, make preparations for the upcoming battle. Okay. Gather all manner, trinkets, treasure. Yeah. A selection of goods are yours for the taking. Okay, so I can take gunboat. Offensive rock attacks the enemy via water. Okay. And then we have more like bread or whatever the fuck. What is this? Is bread food? Offensive wing ferry unhindered by terrain. Okay, so I know I kind of got hit and got all, but it's not okay. Cool. There's a lot of fairies. Damn. I don't have enough to do more. Damn. I don't know if this is gonna make sense, but this is what I'm gonna do. I don't know. The 10 random Steam game sounds good now that I was just informed there's a deck builder sale going on. I don't know if we're gonna survive. We look like we're getting our ass whooped. I feel like we're getting our ass beat. Are we doing good? Sometimes I know we're doing good because like someone dunks and then I'm like, I think that's good. Having escaped the birdcage, the court now arrives at its initial destination. Taking a spyglass to the top of the walls, if you see the sign ahead, it can give you any clues or directions. Dead end. Oh, I know this one. This is a memento mori. I hear they are popular among mortals. This one is quite simple, perhaps even unrefined. It says dead end, so any mortal who reads it can remember exactly what awaits them at the end. Haha. In case they forget. Precisely. Okay, well, where you're from, this sign generally means you cannot proceed any further. As you say this, a gasp. Her Majesty is right. The court is not facing forward. We've been laying the tide carries backwards ever since the feast. Okay. Well, in that case, how should we go about correcting this misalignment? The cat responds to this question by falling asleep on your lap. The beast is right. A good night's sleep should return the court to its default state. Also, sorry. And so the court decides to retire early for the day. I like had my leg I had my leg like underneath my like other leg, and it didn't fall asleep, but it like got like messed up. And so the court decides to retire early for the day. Okay. With time and repetition comes comfort. You feel your maximum level of comfort increase to 1. Yay! The next morning, you awake in a strange bed. The bed is strange, not just because it is not your usual bed, but because it is also not the bed you fell asleep in. Puck told you any room within the court might be the queen's. So you parted with him at the first room you found that wasn't already occupied. A small chamber beneath a staircase, a twin-sized bed, neighbored by a nightstand and a lamp. A small desk in the corner, no windows. Meanwhile, the bed you awake in is queen-sized and contained with a spacious chamber that opens onto a balcony. The balcony overlooks the court of your new home. You appear to be roughly 5 stories above the ground. Your bedchambers, what should you do here? Take stock of your possessions, yeah. You look over the scant possessions that were on your person as you arrived at the court. Everything is where you left it, with one irritating exception. Sometime between your arrival and now, you have managed to misplace your keys. In a way, you suppose you also managed to misplace the locks those keys are intended for. A mystery, admittedly, of a much greater concern to you than the missing keys. Your bedchambers, what should you do here? Explore the court? The courtyard, what should you do here? Return to office. It also kind of reminds me a little bit of Loop Hero, where you'd like have the fighting and that'd be like the main loop, and then you'd also like get to the town and like have shit going on at the town. Or I didn't play it that much, but the fucking, what is it called? It's automatically going. A bunch of fucking balls are on the screen. Ball pit, thank you. Ball pit, yeah. Return to your office, investigate the dining hall. Wait, there's a man named Puck. You have a lot to say to him. The man named Puck just crossed the courtyard. I came across, whatever. Perfect. You have many things you wish to ask him. Yet as you draw, he quickly exits the scene. You might be imagining it, but he seemed to retreat the moment he saw your approach. What should you do here? Investigate the dining hall or return to office? Investigate the dining hall. What should you do here? Hell yeah, I'm grabbing breakfast. In the light of day, the feasting hall more closely resembles a common dining area. You collect some breakfast from a buffet, then look for a table. You prefer to sit somewhere out of the way, near an exit, ideally hidden. You sit at the most nondescript location you can find, a corner near a trash bin. Before you finish to bite, a whole host of fairy courtiers arrive with their meals and sit with you. They make idle conversation and a few honest attempts at answering your myriad of questions. None of them are successful. As you complete your meal, you idly note that your table is now the most lively and boisterous table within the hall. You also note idly, right? Did I say that right? Idly? That despite his assurances that he would answer all your questions, the man called Puck remains nowhere to be seen. As a result of eating breakfast, you get a small bonus. You got 10 food. What should you do here? Explore elsewhere. Go to war, look out the window, consult the ever-changing map. Yeah, okay, now it kind of means a little bit more. Let's look out the window. There are some dogs catching frisbees in the courtyard, just out of frame. Yay! Yay! Neat. Your office, what should you do here? Sure. After breakfast, the court goes to war. I think this might be a nice little spot for a quick break. Also, I've noticed that the resolution of my BRB screen is like really low. I don't know why. So at some point I'll fix that, but we'll deal with that in a little bit. But I'm going to take a quick break, maybe grab a snack, and then I will be back in 5 minutes plus or minus. Hang tight. Hold on, I gotta switch over screens. See you soon. Hello, thank you for the follow. If I end up having brownie in my teeth, it's because I ate a brownie. Oh yeah, you know what's funny too, because my 5-minute break is definitely like 8 minutes. At least. There's a place I'll be watching it all day at work tomorrow. Yeah. Glad I could help. Yeah, it's one of those. I had one of those cosmic brownies. And the way that thing lives in your teeth is like crazy. I'm hoping to. I don't have a lot of coffee left. I'm hoping to filter it out with like a little bit of coffee, a little bit of water. But yeah, okay. As you raise up your question, Your Majesty, is the intensity of war to your liking? If not, please feel free to adjust the thermostat. The thermostat makes maybe things a little bit easier on yourself. Oh, okay. Plus, I was like, what's going on? It's like my reminders app. +1 comfort with your calculator returned to her. I can give you a detailed analysis of the battlefield. Increase the market transaction. Start with an extra 10. How are you guys playing? Are you using these? Are you not? Is this kind of like easy mode, another font? Like, should I be using this? I know it's like, do whatever makes you happy, but like, what's the vibe? Because is it like, am I going to gain more of this kind of thing and then I can apply like buffs? Without spoilers, you should use it. Okay. Caught on a spoiler, I don't know. Maybe Robin's calculator. I've been looking for that. Sure. Yeah, that's where I was leaning even without you guys saying anything. Cause I'm like, I feel like they present it in a way where it's like, this can be kind of nice or whatever. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to get the brownie out of my mouth. I should have just like done a straight rinse after after the break because it's like really crazy. Hold on. Okay, it's not too bad now. It's tolerable. Okay, can you be certain the court is facing the correct direction this time? Of course, Your Majesty. Observe that the sun is now rising rather than setting. Very well. You suppose you'll attempt to reach those signs again. Although you doubt you'll find anything useful. Okay. Okay. All right. When the field is broken, arrange it to your advantage. Okay. What is this? A stump. A seat announcing new beginnings. The soapbox of the natural world. Okay. A little spicy in here. Okay. Consult this calculator. No environmental hazards. These M's are empty, so you don't have to worry about them. Given the safety, we might have spent some time gathering resources. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna get everything. Maybe at a certain point I'll start selling stuff, but... Damn, I don't even have that much water. That's so embarrassing. Ugh, I should've gotten more water. I wasn't thinking about my meters. I could've gotten way more water. Okay. Definitely could use some more water after that last one. I'm curious what this pumpkin is. Plant possessing a family-faced. Jen is the best. Hello, thanks for coming in. I feel like I haven't been chatting that much since I got back from break, because now I'm just like, now we play the game. But for those just jumping in, tap on your shoulder. Robin points to a building in the distance. Oh, thank you. It's very kind of you. Your Majesty, that shop is neutral to this conflict. We should consider stocking up. Stays in view. Okay. So, in case you're just coming in, figuring out title of the stream is what is Titanium Court. I feel like I have some answers. I don't know if the answer will change over time as I play more of the game. But Titanium Court is a... Mechanically, it's part match 3 puzzle game. Part battler with inventory management. And then outside of the core mechanics, there is a bunch of narrative stuff going on with like learning about the court. Like you were the head of the Titanium Court currently. You kind of got isekai'd into it. You were learning more about like the town and the people and what's going on. And you were like also kind of, you know, you're in this war. That's like the battler part. And you're like moving through. As you're matching things, more items fall into the grid like any match 3 puzzle game. Some of those items might be something like a chest, and it's like, okay, at the end of this match 3 phase, if you can see the chest, you can then open the chest. So there's an element of like where it's kind of an elevated form of match 3 to me is in that it isn't just about matching all of the stuff. It's about matching certain things to get certain resources. It's about eyeing the field and thinking about how much time you have to like reach any of your goals. So like one goal I have is to keep the shop in view. Another goal I have is to get some water. So boom, this gives me the water resource. Another goal I have is to maybe mitigate how many enemies we have to fight. Like these are all the enemies that are visible, like all the enemy castles. It's like, okay, that's like one less, but obviously more can come into view, so it's not like I can just clear them. I want to work more on that water bit. Get these guys out. We can get maybe like more water will appear. Yeah. And there's the shop that I want to keep in view. Oh, perfect. Then I can... Whoop. And now, boom, it solidifies. That meter was all the time I had, and now I only have to fight one person. And then I have this, like... There's sort of optional, like, assists you can, like, equip. And, like, the assist I equipped was, like, Robin's battle calculator. So then I can hit sure, and then Robin will come by as, like, a character who says, okay, here's what my calculator says. There aren't any environmental hazards. As for the enemy, all of these ones are empty. This one has units they're deploying. I can give you a more detailed analysis. Sure. This one can attack the court. It won't deploy its units until fairly late in battle, though. So it's okay. This is pretty safe. Given the safety, you might want to spend the battle gathering resources. Either way, that's all I have. Also, I guess, does the order matter? It seems like it might. So is it like... I don't know if one guy can die to these guys, so I'm going to put out 2. Is that stupid? I don't know if that's dumb or not, so... Okay, anyway. I would hover over the crown icon if you haven't. Monarch, offensive job. Turn property damage into profit. Earn bread, earn food when you destroy the castles. Okay. Okay, so then there's like, that's another layer then. Thank you for pointing that out. Oh, just money? Oh, that's money. It looks the same as the food icon to me. Okay, that's cool. And yeah, and that's what I can tell of what the game is. Yeah, they got me at first too. I'm like, this looks the same as bread. Thank you for the tip. Hey Bob, how's it going? Good morning, afternoon, evening in chat. Yeah, and we've been live for a little bit, and we'll be live for at least or about 2 more hours. So if you're just joining, you have plenty of gameplay left to check out. Okay, so cool. While the field is broken, arrange it. Oh yeah, did I ever get the shop? Is that a billboard in the middle of the fields? It's true. There appears to be a billboard. Maybe I missed it, of some sort among the scattered elements of the terrain. Maybe I messed up and didn't like click on the thing or something. You go to the outer walls of the court to get a better look. This thing gives me the creeps, Your Majesty, as if we're about to get sued just by looking at it. You agree. It might be best to look away, lest you draw unwanted legal attention. And then there's like the general map, I guess, that's kind of always changing. Okay, so right now I can move stuff around, so let's do this. What's up, Draw Comics? How's it going? Another structure wades into view in the distance. You suppose this is another... Look, Your Majesty, a temple of markets. Should you wish to pay respects, it need only stay in view until low tide. Correct. Sorry. Hold on. A temple of market. Okay. A temple of market. Correct, your brilliance continues to... Okay. Wait, is that this? Maybe. Market for... Oh, no, this is it. Market forbids trading during high tide, but you can ask their forecasters to predict the future. But here are your prices nonetheless. Trade water and market prices. Until the bell of low tide. Okay. So it's like I can see it, but I can't like do anything about it yet. Okay. Only after the match. Yeah, literally just slapped it. I wasn't sure if there'd be like do it cheekily where it's like actually you can do it like whatever. How's your impression of the game been so far? Still forming an opinion? Yeah, I would say I'm still holistically forming my opinion. I feel comfortable saying that like it seems good. I'm enjoying it. I'm not like gaga over it yet. I don't know if I will be, but it's actually a lot more comprehensible than I expected it to be. Like I was a little bit like, I don't know, people describe it and it sounds kind of like crazy, but I guess it works kind of vibe. And then I'm like, oh, okay, actually like this does make a lot of sense. And it's like a nice fresh take on the match 3 genre. Not that I'm tired of that genre by any means, because I never actually got big into match 3. So I never like got burnt out on match 3. But yeah, I definitely think though, the vibe I get is that you do need to be intrigued by the story to, I think, want to keep playing it. I do think the gameplay is sort of starting to like surface more interesting stuff. So like that's no shade to the gameplay. Like I think the gameplay is fun, but I feel like the hooks are like some of these narrative elements more to me. See how much time do I have left? I could use maybe a lot more water. And then this is the temple thing, right? I feel like. Maybe I have that wrong. I want water. There we go. Get rid of all these. Oh. Ah, I always kind of forget, like, the end kind of creeps up on me. I'll just consult it just to make sure. Moderate. Okay. I don't know if this is like a little too like haphazard. Ooh, shit. I didn't do the market. Oh well. Oh well. Okay. And now the court finds themselves surrounded by catapults. To be perfectly precise, those appear to be trebuchets. Given that trebuchets are a subcategory of catapult, you don't see any reason why you can't just call them catapults. That's like me with metaphors and similes. Like one has like or as or whatever, and it's like a bitch. It's the same shit. It's just like one is simply the type of the other. Cool. Very well, my cream. What? Very well, my queen. I retreat in the face of your overflowing wisdom. Let me actually kick my feet up on the other side, because like the gameplay is actually on this side for me, so I don't know why I'm leaning this way. Let me repost my stream though, so that people know I'm still live. That I'm live, that I'm here. Dun 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 dun. Still going. Actually, let me do it on the old one because. Actually, nah, I'll do it on the old one. Still live, by the way. Okay. Let me twist this way. Let me twist this way. Hold on. Sorry, that might have been a really bad sound. Yeah. Hold on, let me lean even more back. I'm getting entirely too comfortable on this stream right now. Okay. I wish I had more space to use my. I need those like, you know, those fucked up like rigs where it's like you're like leaned into it and it's like the chair is fucking lifted on like hydraulics. I fear I kind of want that, if I'm being honest. Okay. Cool. Okay, so these seem like really bad. Matches with all enemies. Okay. Fires from a distance, but is blocked by hills. Decently flammable. Okay. So if I can get surrounded by hills, that could be better. A strange building comes into view. As you observe it, the phone in your office rings. Hey, yeah, hey, Titanium Court, Your Majesty, I'm calling from the Glass House. Yeah, we sell potions. As our name suggests, we firmly oppose the act of throwing stones in any and all forms. Therefore, we'd like to offer our full support to Titanium Court in your campaign against these stone-throwing trebuchets. To start, here's a pro tip. Free of charge. Hills will block the projectiles from your catapults. Just surround the court with hills and you'll be safe. And if that doesn't work, we sell a variety of instant use potions that can help you deal with threats. Give us a call sometime and we'll be happy to help. Cool. You can play with a telemarketer, albeit one whose pitch might prove useful. Wow, rare. Okay, so... Okay. We have some things. Trying to see how to get myself surrounded. Damn it, that probably wasn't it. Shit, okay. Fuck. There's not a lot left. Oh my god. I have one near me. We're fucked. Okay, Okay. Oh, I can? Holy shit, I didn't remember that I could move myself. Thank you. That changes everything. Thank God. Alright, Magic 8 Ball. I should put that more handy. Okay, Magic 8 Ball. Will Slay Spire 2 be number 1 on the 210s this year? Magic 8 Ball says... Hold on, it's coming into view. Oh my gosh, I can't read it. It's like facing, but I can't like read it. What does it say? Without a doubt. Oh my god. I will say I have to decide what I'm doing with that because there's many, so I don't know if I want to put it on my personal top 10 list because it's in early access. I haven't decided what I want to do with it yet. But yeah, I mean, I love that game, so I might just ask like Jacob and Jeffum and Leah, like everybody, like, hey, what's the vibe we're looking for? You know what I mean? We'll have her talk even though. Okay, these catapults will miss the court if we ignore them. Okay. Pretty safe. Okay, cool. And then we have this. Yeah, but you played how many hours of it? I've played like 80 or more. Which I feel like it's got to be like close to 100 now. Yeah, I just don't know if I want to put it on for that reason. It's definitely like my number 1. I'm biased because I'm still an early access refusal person. Yeah, I love that game. I think it's like really well made even for an early access game. And I get that like the big argument for the whole thing, thank you for the follow, is, well, you know, if you can buy it, it's already out. And that like also, what is the difference between if this game just had updates, we wouldn't be talking about this, but because it's labeled early access, it's different. And my answer to that is like, yeah, different things are different. Like, I don't know. Like, I do think early access does kind of shield you from like, hey, you can't fully evaluate me yet, is kind of what the early access is from like a critical standpoint. I think it's fair if you want to fully evaluate something because it is out and it's being sold, but it is like, I feel like we still don't know what the, like, we do know what the game is because it's like very straightforward, but like Megacrit has not been like, and that's my game, you know? And a game's never really done, so there is like that, but there's not done and you haven't fully turned it in yet kind of thing, you know? Like, I feel like this is a rough draft, and like, is the rough draft a good, just because it's a really good rough draft doesn't mean it's not a rough draft, you know? So, yeah, I don't know. The glass house advises itself as a seller of potions. Maybe let's buy some stuff. What's this? Our potions can do all types of things. Give them a try. What's this one? Want to set something on fire? Yeah. I'll buy that. Can I buy one thing? You want us to burn down your house? Get out of here with that. Was I able to buy it? What? This potion can make mountains out of molehills and other terrain. Oh, I understand. So this is okay. Whoa, guys, I wasn't paying attention like fully. So what it is I can buy stuff, and it's like for right now. So it's like I can set something on fire, like that's here, kind of thing, you know. The potion of flood ensures a flood wherever it lands, and then we have a potion of teleport. Saves way to travel. Okay, now I understand. I thought these were like potions I could buy and then use at will. If him and freelancer can make the list, I definitely think I definitely think Slay Aspire 2 can make the list. I just don't know if we want it to make the list. That's my thing. Like, I know my personal list, like on pen2pixels.com, like my website. Like, even though I didn't post my last year's list because last year was fucking crazy. I don't know that I'm putting it on that list for me. But like, if we want to consider it, like if I'm making it up. Like if Jacob has it as his number 1 or his number 5 or something, then like I kind of do, you know what I mean? Because like what I don't want to have happen is like we do, you know, I don't really like having to coordinate for like 210s because that is kind of weird, but I don't want to be like number 4 on Jacob's list, number 1 on Jeffem's list, and it's not on my list at all because I didn't decide to, and then 2 years later I'm like, it's number 1 because it's like, it's not gonna like, we don't have games reappear on the list. So for that reason, I do think we kind of need to decide like, hey, if you were to put it on your list, where would you put it kind of thing. So that's more of like, I want to see what people are doing. Like if we all want to wait, I'm cool just waiting because like, sure. But if we're not going to wait, okay, well then like, let me put it on my list or whatever. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. So no one's going to hurt us. So then I guess I don't even have that many fucking resource things, which sucks. I need to get more water. I'm so thirsty. They said no one's gonna hurt us, so I hope that's true. I know, they do look like baseballs, don't they? The catapults consider their assault, although you note that there are now slightly fewer of them hanging around. Jeez. Okay. I'm thinking. Oh, but then I'm gonna like lose all these hills. I don't want to lose my hills. Ugh, but I can gain all this water. Fuck it, I'm gonna risk it. Okay. Nice, I'm perfectly surrounded by hills right now. Fuck. Okay, I'm like scared to fuck it up. I don't want to like fuck up any of like the bottom stuff I got going on. Because this would drop this. I don't know what to do. Can I like start fighting early? No, right? Like I need the time to run out. I don't think I can start fighting early. Okay. Let's see. Fuck. No. Shit, I'm a fucking idiot. I didn't think about that. Fuck. I didn't think about how moving myself would like combine all this shit. God damn it. Oh. I was about to say not in your current situation. You know what? We'll fix it. We'll fix it. We'll fix it. Don't worry. We're fixing it. It's actually not too bad right now. Oh my god, look at how we clutched. I mean, we still have like one thing in the way. So it's not perfect, but it's like it's pretty decent. I feel awful. That was not my goal. It is okay. I think I'm actually completely protected. Maybe not this part right here. I'm not sure how they interpret this square. Ooh, plus we can, okay, let's see what they say about this. So yeah, look, we're good. Fuck yeah, bitch. Let's go. And we got water. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go. It's taking us a while to get to the fields, but it's okay. Yes. Food rich, very food rich. Okay. The tide washes away the last of the catapults. You appear to have weathered the storm. The threat of the catapults now eliminated, the glass house pulls up next to the court. You receive another phone call. The salesman offers congratulations for your victory and asks if there's any further assistance he might provide. You answer immediately, asking if he knows a way for you to return home. Oh, definitely. Let's pull over somewhere and I'll draw you a map. Dun, 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 dun. The salesman shows you a map and explains the directions. Okay, you've seen this before, right? You have, but no one has thus offered an explanation of the map. You assumed it was some sort of map. Oh. Hey, it kind of is, but oops, hold on, I messed up. I messed up. Give me a second. Okay, hold on. Okay. Okay, right. You assumed it was some sort of map. It kind of is, but it changes every day, so I'd say it's more like a weather report. But it's pretty simple. Each of the rows is a battle. Within a given row, each column is a battlefield. Do you follow? Each of the rows is a battle. Within a given row, each column is a battlefield. Sure? Yeah, no, you don't. Okay. You'll figure it out. But more importantly, did you know you can choose from 3 potential battlefields before every battle? No, you did not know that. Anyway, here's where you are right now. smack in the middle of war. To get home, you're first going to have to make it to victory, which is right up here. Before or after the dragon? After, of course. But making it to the end isn't enough. After that, you'll need to make an exit. Given the abstract nature of movement through the tide, would he be willing to elaborate on that? Oh, yeah, it's confusing, right? These routes were conjured back in the 60s. Everyone was hopped up on allegory or something. Around here, making an exit means you got to consciously leave the path you're on. You know, like you got to fundamentally change as a person. Okay. This might be a long shot, but does he have any specific advice for how you might do that, preferably in a safe, non-traumatizing way? Do I ever, Your Majesty? That's our specialty. He sweeps his arms back to reveal a shelf of bottles under a marquee that reads, Love Potions. Is he attempting to make a joke? No, not at all. Nothing changes a person more than love. Okay, you take a deep breath. If his love potions function like those described in stories, i.e. forcing an individual to fall in love with a person they otherwise have no interest in, then you have absolutely no interest in them. Your Majesty, with all due respect, that's messed up. I don't sell anything like that. You've been hearing some weird rumors, huh? I blame my competition. Please, let me set the record straight. My potions cannot create love from nothing. They merely expand the love that already exists within you. Seeing your shoulders relax a bit, he continues with his pitch. Now, if you're new to love potions, I definitely recommend starting small. He pulls a potion off the shelf. Like this one, full of love for something called baseball. This one is great for beginners. Hold on, I have to send this to Kelsey. Much like how love is a battlefield, apparently so are columns. Dun, 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 dun. I forget, has Kelsey played this game? Does anyone know? Okay. The effects are really mild. Drink it up and you'll end up liking baseball just a bit more than you already do. That's it. You suppose that does sound relatively harmless. If you also think it will help you return home, you might as well give it a try. Hold on. Okay. Another screenshot. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry, my mouse cursor is all jank because I'm using my pants as the thing, the little, instead of a mouse pad. Perfect. Oh, come on, put your wallet away. I'm not going to charge you for that. Just take it. And so you return to the court with a new map of the war and a single complimentary potion of liking baseball. Okay. Now you have a certain idea of what you're looking at here. Based on what the salesman told you, this is either a map or weather report. Either way, the important thing is that you can choose which upcoming battle to traverse. Which battle should the court traverse? Flora, average, amenities, market, enemies, archers, and goons. I could use more water. Missing woods, amenities, chests. Probably the water one. Let's do the water. Jeez, there's a lot of fucking people here. Swamp. Match for water. Impassable on foot. Does not match the tap water. Latest stream, are you enjoying? Yeah, I am. It's like pretty chill. It gives you a bit to think about. It's like a fun take on like a strategy battler. I don't know if it's gonna like feel significantly different as time goes on, but it like gives you some nice things to think about. And it's got like a fun, funky story. So yeah, I'm enjoying it quite a bit. Very easy playing too. Like the time has gone by like very quickly. I feel like I'm not doing great right now. So if you're just joining, as I've been kind of reiterating, mechanically this is a match puzzle game, and also like a battler. Or you have like enemy units, your own things you can deploy, environmental hazards, a bunch of little things that happen. What makes it kind of fun in terms of the match 3 stuff is as you're matching, you're also gaining resources. So there's like basically, fuck, I'm kind of fucked right now. There's kind of a bunch of different things to consider. There's so many fucking enemies. Bitch, there's so many enemies. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But you know what? I have a lot of money, so I also have this, which gives me a lay of the battlefield. We have so many units. And also baseball, yeah, I guess. You're actually gonna have to change as a person to finish the game. Yeah, that's what they say. I can give you more detail. Yes, give me. Okay, and we have like some of the flyy ones, I guess. Okay, I guess I didn't really need on all these because they're like all the same. Okay, so let's do. And then we also have this. We can open the chest. Okay, and then we have this. Another sign. Seesaw. Incredible. A sign that predates written language is comprised entirely of a single hieroglyph. I must say it is a remarkable condition for something so old, but what could it mean? Given the symbol and the scales tilting in favor of one individual, it is clear this sign marks the presence of social inequality in the vicinity. Is that so? How kind is ancient civilization to offer warning so we might avoid it? Avoid it? The court is literally a monarchy. Yes, well the sign is there for a reason, wouldn't you say? Okay. I wish I had done more with this, but okay. So here are my units. I've never seen this. Okay, so we get a couple of fly guys. And then archer. Stop by hills. And then we have like, so let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, this is like the cheapest one we could have then. Let's also do a couple resource gatherers. I don't know. Maybe I don't need to be even a resource gathering as much because I have a good amount of food. I wonder if me liking baseball. Do I like baseball yet? Have I drank that potion? Wait, I'm getting my ass beat. Is there no way to like put them back? That'd be... No, I took damage. Okay. Next battlefield. What if I already like baseball a little bit? Not a huge amount. I have the crazy bug face in the center curtain. Yeah. Yeah. This guy. So let's see. We have this battlefield. Woods Market. Remarkable rare chests. I do like chests. Hospitals. Ooh, the hospital could be good because then I can heal, but I don't really know how deep it is for me to heal right now, but let's go to the hospital, I think. Maybe the healing is good. I assume I can heal at the hospital. Maybe I can, that's the joke. Okay, they don't say anything about the hospital. Let's see what I can do this. Hey. Thank you for the follow. Okay, let's see. We can get rid of these. We can... Nice. We're about halfway through our moves. This is like how much time we have. Not too bad. Yeah, and then the hospital's here. I kind of wish they, like, told me a little bit more about, like, hey, do this shit before battle kind of thing. Ooh, increase max health. I'll do that, and then I want that too. Ooh, should I buy it again? No, I don't have any money to buy. Did you tell me? Oh, I can't afford it. Okay. Okay. There's like one here. I mean, also kind of like an awkward spot. Can I even get out of here? Or can only my fairies, like, make it there? Because, like, I'm surrounded by all this water. Ooh, I forget. Oh, yeah, I can. I didn't open it. You're right. No, it's locked. I think I need, like, a key or something. So... maybe I should just deploy these, because they're, like... so we have 3, 4, 5, 3, 4... should we just do, like, 6 of these? And call it a day there? And then maybe, like... 3 resource gatherers? Does that make sense? Let's see. Because I feel like only the fairies can, like, fly over shit like that. But also, can these, like, enemies come through, like, the water even? Oh, fuck. We're fucked. Okay, well, I didn't know we'd be fucked. Bitch. Run out the clock. Oh my god, I got my ass beat. Okay, well, fuck you. I guess I'm not doing that well anymore. Okay. They shot all my fairies. Okay, as the court moves motionlessly across the void, it suddenly encounters... I thought they would, like... I thought they would fly over, though, and, like... I didn't think about the fact that they could get shot while they were in the air. Your couriers? Couriers? Okay. Crowd alarm. You spy a great dragon soaring over the distance. Is what it says. Hey, yeah, hey, could I get a, hang on, look at the menu. He sweeps his gaze over the court, doubling back. And here's a sight of you atop its walls. Oh man, I have a fairy queen combo meal. No pickles. That's like really stupid, but it's like it's like endearingly stupid. Volcanoes, rare chests. Oh, you're about to get cooked. What? Considerable units. Let's do this because I can get the hospital. We'll heal our way out of it. We'll heal our way out of it. also answer hashtag. Okay. Where's the hospital? Where's the hospital? I don't know where the hospital is. Okay. So where's... Oh, the court's over here. Oh, there's the hospital. Oh, wait, you could bribe him. With the dragon? Fuck, I wasn't, like, I ran out of time and, like, I don't know what's going on. Okay, we're kind of gonna get our ass beat here. Here's what my notes say. Cook every fairy we send into the field. Once all our other cooked, then he'll turn the terms to for itself. If we can find a way to spread our units far and wide, we might be able to withstand his result. Or we could try to keep our units on hills or water where fire is effective, even if he isn't burned. Yeah. What happens if I bribe him? Aware of the dragon's voracious appetite, you offer him a sizable amount of food in exchange for your lives. What is some kind of new promotion? You're going to give me free food to not eat here? I mean, I'm not going to say no to free food. While the court rejoices at his departure, you are more restrained. You strongly doubt this would be a permanent solution. In fact, you wouldn't be surprised if the bribe ultimately serves as an incentive for the dragon to seek out the court again. Okay. Economic victory. Moral, a penny saved is a comrade unburned. Sure, yeah. Here, this will just be for me reporting back on the game. Hold on. Sorry. Again, I don't have as much mouse control because I'm very leaned back. Leaned back and relaxed. A win is a win. Okay, so I won. Did I beat the game? Having demonstrated your burgeoning skills, your tolerance for a new challenge grows. Does it? Because I feel like I've never needed to be challenged. You feel your maximum level of strife increased to 1. Okay. I do like seeing my wine glass fill. With the war now behind you, you encounter a memorial dedicated to its victims. Memorial to those fallen in war, 20. Some of your courtiers roll their eyes at this. Oh, they'll be back. By the way, I was just kidding. He would have been easy to fight. Well, I thought you were joking about, like, you're going to get cooked because he cooks you. That's what I thought you were joking about. So that's how they describe his attacks. Also, Ribbler, I think I did tell you that I couldn't open the save at the time. I needed, like, a key or something. Now, having expended much of its energy during the day, the court retires to bed. You awake suddenly in your chambers. Something about your surroundings doesn't feel right. You can't see much as you look out from your balcony. The sky is pitch black. Something is clearly wrong with the courtyard. You've never seen it so disordered. The ground shakes and your stomach churns. Take a deep breath. You keep your sights on the door. Taking a deep breath, you keep your sights on the door. Oh. Am I meant to do a little matchy match? Oh, that's me. I want to get to the door, maybe? After moving through some unfamiliar halls, you suddenly find yourself in front of the court's great gates. Perhaps the court is trying to tell you that now would be a prudent time to depart. Who can say? The gates, what should you do? Explore the west ring, return to the courtyard, open the gates. Look out from atop the walls of the court. Gotta look out from atop the walls. Bitch, what? Oh, okay, that's it. Try opening the gates. You make an attempt to open the gates of the court. They don't budge. You note that there are 4 locks. Sorry, face this. There are 4 locks on the gates, leading to you to assume that 4 keys of some sort will be necessary to open them. Explore the West Wing halls. So what should I do here? Also mean stretch forever in this direction. Enter the chapel, head towards your office, enter the gate. Painting looks strange. It seems like a scoreboard of some sort. Home refers to the court? Labyrinth entrance. Have you been here before? Might as well keep going. What direction should you go? You end up being lost. A nose tapes the door, which now appears to be locked. It reads, because they wasted Her Majesty's time, these labyrinth hallways are being reprimanded. They are currently on timeout and will not be available until tomorrow. Ah, bitches. Okay, go explore elsewhere. So yeah, I guess it's like, it's match 3 war battle resource management with a hint of like adventure game bullshit complimentary. Adventure game bullshit complimentary, I think. Head to the chapter. Okay. Head to your office. It says this is your sitting chamber. What should you do? Explore elsewhere. Okay. Foyer of statues, they look familiar. Fountain of Youth, what should you do here? You find yourself in a sleepy pub. A sign near the door identifies it as the Fountain of Youth. You're not sure why you've never encountered this place before. Oh yeah, ma'am, only open at night. That's us. Drink? Yes, actually, that does sound appealing. As you sip, a man collapsing on the bar next to you begins to mumble something in your direction. Hey lady, got some I want to say to you. With his head down, his eyes closed, you don't think he's talking to you. Oh no, yeah, he totally is. You should pay attention, ma'am. This guy is a regular prophet. The prophet proceeds. Yeah, okay. You never got burned down. Oh, sorry. Yeah, okay. You never got burned by Mr. Dragon Guy. What's up with that? You're supposed to get burned. Okay, so if you're understanding correctly, he thinks you were supposed to lose to the dragon. Personally, you have no issue with failing to burn to death, as incorrect as it might be in his view. Psh, you'll be fine. It's fine. But let me tell you something. Okay? Okay. Yeah, let me tell you something. You need dragon fire to ignite to light of youth. After saying this, he briefly raises his glass in your direction. He then turns his head away and starts to snore. Oh, yeah, that was a good one, ma'am. The kind of portent. The kind of portent I'd be heating if I were you, you know? Your drink finished, you stand from the bar. Okay. Okay. Dining hall, there's nothing going on here. New. An argument appears to be taking place in the dining hall. You hear echoes of an argument as you approach the dining hall. Now you can see and hear the participants clearly. After listening a bit, you surmise that the argument concerns the thermostat in its current setting. But that cannot be satisfying. I just don't believe you actually enjoy that. Whoa, what's not to like about taking it easy? This is like literally me in the Silk Song spoiler cast. Hold on. Literally. I was fine going the comfort route until these fuckers. It's boring. Who cares? Boredom is underrated. Relax. You think you've heard enough and are preparing to leave when, hey, it's Her Majesty. Maybe she can settle this then. Actually, I believe the Majesty is the only one who can settle this. Okay. Our debate concerns the thermostat. It is my firm belief that only by maximizing our strife will we find any meaning in this war. Yeah, but who needs meaning, man? Let's just have a good time. Let's crank up the comfort. Either way, since Your Majesty is the only one with enough authority to make the judgments, we ask you to render judgment. But should you make the correct decision and raise strife to level 5, I will give you this. He shows you a nondescript key. Ooh, I want the key. Yeah, but you know that's going to be hard. You should just chill out and raise your comfort level to 5 instead. A different key. Then you win this key easy peasy. I failed to see how anything done at comfort level 5 would qualify as winning. I mean, who cares? Those keys look awfully familiar. No comment. We were not permitted to reveal the information. Puck gave them to us. Did you just hear what I said? Okay, but who cares? Majesty probably figured that out already anyways. As it stands, the thermostat is currently set to comfort level 1. Hey, look at that. Feels pretty good, doesn't it? Please, Your Majesty, I strongly urge you to change course. Well, despite these protestations, you can't... What? You can't add... Oh my god. I was like, add, adjust? Bitch, adjust. Okay? The thermostat ends again until tomorrow. They both have to wait. Okay, cool. Okay. I just got her. Yeah. It was only my... It's something about the way the font was written. It's like... I was like, I was like, what? It's like, adjust. Bitch, adjust. Okay. Let's see. So we did this. We didn't do the sitting chamber. We didn't do this. The pantry. Is there anything you need in here? The cat is over here. Let's talk to the cat. Great Queen, how fortuitous. My campaign to subdue this province in your name has reached a stalemate. Wow. The locals have transformed the terrain itself into a weapon. Look, the sheer cliff vexes my powerful and weighty frame. Okay, so it kind of seems like he's trying to climb up one of the high shelves here and is running into trouble. Meow. Yes, and so I seek your aid. But alas, your royal height is also insufficient for this purpose. Meow. Surely such obstacle cannot surpass the resources at your disposal. Yeah, you suppose you could pile up some junk in here to help him out. It's not like the court's going to use any right now. Add to the pile. Oh my gosh. Yeah? Wait, what the fuck? Fucking sluts. Wait, Grey Queen, your last save precedes this comical blunder. If you quit and reload right now, you can reverse this mistake. And by quit and reload, he means you can quit to the menu from pause and then reload the save. No, I don't want to do that. But I fucked up. Fucking match 3 sluts. What's this one? I should heed the advice. I don't want to, though. I don't want to do what the game's telling me to do. Ugh. Sure, why not? Two minutes ago. Okay, fine. So he's gonna talk to me and say, hey, you did it. And maybe I shouldn't even add this to the stack then. I guess actually, could I add this to the stack? Okay. I will say, while I enjoy the little exploring, I don't love just the light clunk of the it's something about clicking through it. It's weird because it's less work than walking around in a space, but something about it is kind of I don't know. I'm just not as used to it. Okay, we did the dining hall. We did the pantry. I think we did this already. The dragon statue room. Right, and it was the fountain of youth. Okay. Then we could return to my sitting chamber. It's I like all the stuff that I'm getting, but I don't like the process of looking and being okay, I went here, I went here. Explore into your office. At least they label some stuff as new. Yeah, it's hard to remember. I mean, I think the new part will kind of be the flag of hey, this is this. You move to enter your office, and as far as discover the door is locked, or maybe it's just stuck. Someone seems to have wedged a bunch of pamphlets in the gap between the door and the frame. You pull one of them out, and the card reads, "The key to success begins with 30 coins. The rest is various photographs of handshakes." Okay, well, it's not like you're getting this door open right now. Towards the chapel? Did I go to the chapel? No, eventually you find yourself in the court's chapel with the television displaying a test pattern stands at the pulpit. There's a solitary figure standing in front of the TV. You can't see him clearly from this distance, but you know immediately to be the man named Puck. So we have right to here. Should you approach Puck and find out what's happening? Reality bends beneath your feet as you approach Puck. The room threatens to redefine its boundaries. You're earlier than expected, my queen, and yet somehow you're still late. He mutters under his breath, then gives you his full attention. Well then, you had questions for me, did you not? It looks like we have precisely enough time for one earnest question. You express some incredulousness, basically, at the statement. He's prepared to answer your questions now. He flinches in response. My queen, you simply must wield your skepticism with greater subtlety. The statement was clearly formed as a question. A question which I'm afraid I must now answer earnestly. So yes, in this time and this place, I am both willing and able to give you satisfying responses without resorting to deflection or trickery, with the one restriction being that, as I said, we have time for only one such response. A response which I have just provided an answer to your question of whether I am now prepared to provide such a response. He sighs, which means our time is now up. I pray I will never see you here again. And then it all falls apart. With time and repetition comes comfort. Your maximum comfort level of 2. You awaken the chambers as if nothing was amiss. You think you can safely conclude that escaping the court will require more of you than simple victory. You suppose this comes as no surprise given everything the potion salesman told you about needing to make an exit to return home. Yeah, this is Blueprints, bitch. What are we talking about? This is Blueprints. They're like, hey, get to the chamber. And then when you're in the chamber, they're like, fuck you. There's another thing that you need when you're inside the chamber. So this is Blueprints. I know the Blueprints guy is loving playing this. I know he's having fun. I just know he's having fun. And I'm having fun too. But I am a little bit let's see where this goes. Let's see what else is up. Well, at least you've learned that if you make it to victory, Puck will answer one of your questions. So a very slow way of going about this might be to continue winning until you've gathered enough information to see yourself. I was the third best game of last year. I wouldn't know. I couldn't finish it. I just put it down for too long, and then I didn't know what was going on anymore. This is Blueprints in the sense that it gets constantly recontextualized the more you learn. Yeah, this is Blueprints. This is Blueprints. This is just fucking Blueprints again. Hold on. Let me make that post. No one's had this genius thought before me. I'm joking, guys. Albeit with a lot less notes. Yeah. Oh, so this is just blue. That's kind of funny that people got me to play Blueprints again. Yeah. Putting Blueprints down was one of my biggest regrets gaming wise in recent history. Because it was just so impossible to pick back up, and I didn't want to start over. So then it just was hell. Okay. Okay, then you get up to face the day. What should you do here? Explore the court. I kind of almost want to stop here because how long are the runs? I would love to do one more run because then we could see a little bit more. That'd be a perfect place to stop. And I have another hour. I don't think the runs take an hour. Right? What do y'all think? I don't think they're going to be taking that long. Plug in just down the hall. Okay. He's not here. I've noticed you. He leaves. I got past the credits but didn't finish it 99% of people. Could not imagine trying to pick up. Yeah, I didn't even get to the credits is the thing. Okay, so you're gonna follow him and observe his duties. Okay. Okay, it's getting a little tedious. Fortunately, you can click and hold the left mouse button to speed up proceedings. Try doing it in battle 2. One more run. Okay. As long as it's not 2 hours. I don't think the runs are that long. They can vary depending on the victory. Okay. Now, here is the part of the court you had not yet discovered a vast library extended before you. Okay, yeah, that's fine. It's because ending on the end of a run is a clean little end. Okay. Ooh. Ooh, good crick. Okay. I generally am enjoying it, but I am getting kind of sleepy because it is I think it's I like the adventure stuff that you get, but it is kind of I think especially the first time you do it, I'm okay, information. I'm kind of obviously I want answers to things, but I'm kind of excited for it to be a little bit less stuff to need to think too hard about, or to not even think hard about, but I want to be able to get more in a flow with it. But I have to do all the new stuff because there's info in there. He slipped behind a bookcase, did he not? Maybe I can figure out which one. You inspect the bookcase. You think Puck slipped behind. It doesn't budge. You attempt to move it. You try to remove a random selection of books from the shelves and it has no effect. This is likely a waste of time. You're not even sure that this is the correct shelf. Can I have another breckie? This is also new. A different painting. How do you interpret this one? A fantasy of revenge. The subject is smashing his guitar, most probably out of a seething hatred for rock and roll. I think you misunderstand. I've heard it said that the smashing represents its fervent passion for rock and roll. But how could that be? With his guitar smash, surely he will find it difficult to participate in the day-to-day proceedings of rock and roll. You interject to suggest that the subject likely has another guitar at ready, that the smashing might represent both his passion and his wealth of guitars. Her Majesty's theory is compelling, but the evidence is circumstantial. After all, this theoretical secondary guitar is not featured in the painting. How can we be sure it exists? Perhaps the artist painted somewhere in that negative space I've heard so much about. I suppose we'll need to keep an eye out for it. So are you trying to tell me to look at the negative space in the game? I don't like that everything's something. Okay. What should you do here? Let's go to the dining hall. Let's go to the dining hall. What should I do here? I want to eat. I'm gonna eat. And then ever-changing map. Okay. While the exact extent of what you're supposed to be doing remains unclear, there's a growing list of things you think you should try to use. This is literally blueprints. This is literally blueprints, bro. Like, this is literally blueprints. This is so blueprints. You guys are so funny for getting me to play blueprints again. Bro, this is crazy. I'm sorry. Is this not blueprints? Let me, sorry, accessibility stuff over here. Okay, so then what that means, guys, is if I want to actually beat this game, I'm gonna need to just like have a good through line. Yeah, I'm playing my own game, proving to you guys this is fucking blueprints. Like, this is literally blueprints. What are you talking about? Recently organized the list and placed it next to the ever-changing map for convenience. Oh, I like that. I like a new little thing. Achieve sufficient. Oh, have I done anything? Okay. Achieve. Okay. Achieve. Okay. Get cooked by the dragon. Complete the pile in the pantry. At night. Yeah. Okay. My baseball potion. The reason the potion instructions clearly state that for the rest of it, you should leave the potion and direct sunlight till it bubbles. Okay. While it's been in your office collecting sunlight from the window you brought it has yet to start to bubble. So you continue to wait. Okay. I guess I'll just go. Okay. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Okay. I'm gonna put on a little sweater. What are you guys currently in the mood for in your life? I'll tell you what I'm currently in the mood for. This mood struck me about 2 hours ago. Right around when I had my break. I am in the mood for a strawberry cheesecake milkshake, which is a delicious treat that they sell here in Los Angeles, and it's delicious, and it's the thickest fucking shake that I've ever had, and it's so good. It's so good. Mind you, I have a protein shake in the fridge that I made this morning. Haven't touched it, but I'm really excited about this milkshake. I'm gonna get it sometime after dinner because I don't want to ruin my appetite because it's quite filling. I don't even know if I've ever finished it. It's also pretty big. Okay, time to go to war. Sorry, I was moving my monitor. Okay. Ooh, and there's new. I can do neither. You can only raise your strength. Oh, you can raise your comfort level 2. Just so strife is earned, you must achieve victory at maximum strife to prove yourself worthy at the next level. And increase your comfort. I don't know. Increase on its own. I don't know what to do. On one hand, I can enjoy the challenge of a game. On the other hand, how hard is this shit gonna get? And then on the other hand, the third hand. No, literally. Okay, because I was like, I can do both back and forth. Because I need both keys. So it's like, but I don't know if like it's better or whatever to do one over the other. Let's do the strife thing. There are 3 hands. Yeah, exactly. There are 3 hands. Business and pleasure. I only strike because fake social pressure, but I really think it's a you do you. Yeah. I'm gonna go with strife right now and maybe just like ping pong between the two and try to end on strife. Begin the war with a debt of 3. You cannot gather a stone during your first battle. You cannot gather water during your first battle. Let's do that because I have 11 water. I start with extra water, so. Comfort. You will enjoy the runs and they go faster. Fuck. Well, it's too late. We're gonna go with strife and see what happens, but I think I'll be ping-ponging between the two to some degree. Which battlefield? Let's do... Okay, what do they all have? You have... So I can't gain water, so like water doesn't matter as much. This is a market, but I'm poor. Counterpoint trip makes you die faster, which means the run is faster. The fastest run is the one that you die at first. That is true. Chess could be good. Let's do this one. Okay. We're near at the goat season. You guys can't just say anything because I don't know what any of that is. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Just because I want to try to get the castles closer to each other. You can't just say it's goat season. Okay. Hello. What's up, Ghost of Dreams? How's it going? You have no idea if it's related to the game or not. It probably is related to the game. No fake nouns in the chat, please. That are twicking me about the game. Okay, I can't... I want to just, like... Yeah, I want to get rid of this guy, but I can't. I can give you endgame spoilers and you have no idea. Yeah, I guess, but don't, though. You know what I mean? You won't do that because you're good. I know that you won't. If you spoiled it, AP Thompson will be really mad at you. And then they won't give you that kiss on the forehead that I know you want so bad. Low tide make preparations. New. What does the vending machine have for sale? Sure. First time viewer, glad to catch your stream. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. We still got about an hour or 1 run. We'll see. Okay. Yeah, first time playing Titanium Court. Heard a lot about it. Knew some of what it was. I knew it was a match 3 puzzle game. I knew it had a big emphasis on story. That's kind of all I could understand. Like, listening to 2 people talk about this game when you haven't played it, it sounds fake. They were like, have you fermented the wine yet? And they said, fermented the wine? I'm still working on the pinball machine. I'm like, I don't know what this game is. It actually, so far, feels not simple, like in a bad way by any means, but it's like, it's a lot more straightforward than I felt like it might be. I guess I don't know. I didn't think it was going to be incomprehensible because no one's talking about it like it's so hard, it's so confusing or whatever, but like, yeah, like I don't know. And then like now in hindsight, I'm like, oh, the checklist, like some of these things make sense. I may have seen this somewhere, but maybe not. It's been pretty popular lately. So you and or anyone else watching now or after the fact may have heard rumblings of this game from a variety of critics pre-Next Fest. Like I know Austin Walker was a big one that propped this game up. Next Fest hits, this game got some more buzz, and then it released not too long ago and has continued to get critical acclaim. I think it's pretty cool. It's pretty chill. I'm enjoying it. It reminds me of a lot of games. It reminds me of the good parts of many of those games. It has like the town UI and vibes of Dawnfolk, which I know haters might say, bitch, you mean it's on a fucking grid? Yeah, it's on a grid. Okay, but it also is charming looking, and the way the sprites animate, it's more than just on a grid, but it reminds me of Dawnfolk in that way. Narratively and like how things progress, it gives me like flavors of like adventure games. It has a little bit of absurdity to it. It's also like, it is really giving me, I know it seemed like I was kind of trolling, it is giving me that Blueprints feel of you are continuing a familiar gameplay loop while gaining more information. I do think in a non-shade way to Blueprints, it is easier to have fun with it than Blueprints, I think, because the gameplay part is just more mechanical. Like in Blueprints, you are inherently like, I mean, I guess I shouldn't say that, because I mean in Blueprints you're solving puzzles, like, and that part's the mechanical part, but it is kind of more, I feel like you have less autonomy in like in trying to like accomplish your to-dos, while this feels a little bit more like you can go for certain things more easily and make progress a little more easily. That's just my early perception of it. Yeah, like it feels a little bit more on rails, which I guess some people might not like as much. I'm not saying this is a better game than Blueprints. I'm just kind of, I noticed it shares a lot of common DNA of like, hey, do you want to have like a to-do list and be exploring things? The only difference in Blueprints, you make your own to-do list, and here the game services it to you. It's like, and do you want these things to be like excited to do and have that continued feeling of progress? How roguey is it? I don't really like roguelike games, but all the weird shit really might appeal to me. It seems pretty roguey. Chat can chime in if you've played more than me, because I've only played during the stream. It definitely is very much a rogue game. As someone that's not a big fan of those games either, I like this because it has like that progression element to it. And I think for me, I need a progression that feels a little more tangible than I got better at the game. Like, I like that in here it's like, oh, I can have the dragon burn me. That's something I can do, and I can get that checked off, and the little check boxes the game gave me a little kiss on the forehead for my work. Okay, there are only snacks in the vending machines. So like I paid to get this. I'll buy it just to buy it. Like, I don't know. I don't really care too much, but it doesn't really feel like a roguelike playing it, though, even though it kind of is. I don't know. It does have some things that make that definition hard. I definitely think it is a roguelike or whatever, but I agree that, like, it doesn't have that same feeling, I think, because it's not, like, it's in a genre that's not, like, zippy. Like, I think I do associate rogue games with, like, action in a way, even though, like, there's totally a bunch of non-action rogue games. I mean, like, deck builders, right? But, like, yeah, I guess, like, I favor rogue games when they're in a slower pace. It is similar to Tetris in that you're matching things, but it is a little different. You know, it's match 3 is quicker than though Tetris has elements of like you're matching shapes, you know, so it's not like that different. But you know, it doesn't have like the sliding thing, and kind of they're cousins, right? Like match 3 in Tetris. Gather all your let me get my trinkets. So yeah, I can open this because it's visible on the map. So I have like items. So far, I'm in the mood of just taking things. Eventually, I'll probably pass on things for money. So combat takes place in 2 things. I mean, chat nailed it when they point out the low tide versus the high tide. Low tide, I'm making preparations for battle. Have I started doing that yet? Or did I finish doing that already? Yeah, and then now, yeah, I already slid all this stuff. That feels like it was like an hour ago, but so now I can do my battle. I deploy enemies, so this is one enemy. I'm gonna deploy. I still don't really know, and chat, you can chime in on this, I don't mind. But you also don't need to, it's not that deep for me. I don't know, like, do I need 2 guys to be able to kill, like, 1 person in battle? And, like, how much does... I also feel like sometimes, like, I had a battle where I deployed some enemies, and then, like, they were busy just, like, destroying shit, so that they didn't fight against the, like, enemy that spawned in, which was, like, really annoying. Like, I don't really know how much, like, I should be... obviously, the order of the troops matters, but I guess I haven't really, like, super wrapped my head around how that is. Yeah, it's close to the gem games, right? The Candy Crushes of the world than it is Tetris, in terms of, like, this part of the mechanics. Okay, which battlefield should the court traverse? And then it's funny because this is such a roguelike thing, it just looks kind of different, but you're picking, you know, your pathway and what battles you're going on and stuff. So, I could probably use more water since I couldn't even get water last trip at all. And then this is my to-do list, which I just got from doing my first run. Right now, I am kind of working on two things. I'm working on the raise your comfort level. Maybe trying to earn coins. I don't know. I just spent money though. I guess not. Maybe getting cooked by the dragon. If that happens casually. So we'll do this because it has like, standard water, more water. I don't know. The court pulls up beside what appears to be a large and impressive tool booth. From the large and impressive tool booth emerges a large and impressive goat. He gives the court a quick look over and then motions toward a sign. Sign reads toll schedule. 2 axles, 1 coin. 4 axles, 2 coins. Ferry court, 4 coins. Okay. As the die, I would recommend paying its toll if we have the means. Okay. They cannot cross water. They also can't cross hills, but they can knock them down. Surround ourselves by water and lots of hills. Do I want to pay the toll? There's considerable excitement surrounding the rather large jar that is just in view. Okay. A jar is in view. Stay from the jar. No, we should go closer to the jar. Every time we wage war in proximity to the jar, our soldiers neglect the batter and favors us. But we're making progress. Surely by now we have at least put dents in the jar. Oh, I want to open that jar. Okay, cool for the units. Yeah, I'm gonna pay the goat right now. Ooh, he joins my side in battle. I have a goat now. Okay, and then this is just the map. Sure. That's so cute. Okay. Yay, I have a goat now. He loves me. La, 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 la. Okay, that's awesome. Love to have a goat. Okay. Yeah, and then if these chests are in view at the end of low tide, which is this meter, every time I move it like takes some time, and then low tide ends eventually, then I can open it. So I want to keep, oh fucking bitch. Sometimes it accidentally gets cleared and then I get upset. So there's that. God damn it, I'm an idiot. Okay, another chance. I try to get rid of these. These have like enemy soldiers in them. That was a waste. I mean, I can do. Oh no, because I thought this would fall. What the hell? Yeah, there we go. That's something. That took forever though. Okay. Only one enemy. That's not too bad. 2 enemies. I'm just gonna take it all, so I got, oops. So I have a shield, defensive rock, takes damage, because of your court, and then I also have looking spell, move in any direction. So long as it's vertical, okay. Okay. probably should have maybe put the resource people out first, because then they can like have more time collecting resources. Oh my god, look, the ghost just taking the jar. That's so funny. So much is happening right now. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. The goat was so cute. I love the goat. The toll paid and the battle weathered. The dire goat gives you a nod before returning to his tool booth and drifting away with the tide. Which battlefield should the court traverse? I think I'm gonna try to be maybe like maybe I'll try to be rich if I can, but I'm really like broke. Is there like a resource one that I can do? At least 30 food. We'll try to do that. Okay, so maybe the extra fields. Let's do that. Okay. You notice that the battlefield is littered with a bunch of ominous, what are those? Are those wormholes? I'm not sure what to call them, Your Majesty, but those things are bad news. The tide seems to group them with an enemy, but they never disappear when matched. Instead, they appear to merge with their neighbors, like castle, retaining every soldier those neighbors possess. If prayer actually worked, I would pray that death didn't grow, but they remain harmless as long as they're empty. I'm kind of confused by that. Like, when matched. Okay, so I want to avoid it match. Okay, I kind of understand. Like, it can match. It's almost like oh my god, do you guys know the game Rummikub? There's like a lot of games have this, but like the Joker in Rummikub can be like any number. I guess that's kind of like what the pink thing is, but like not like it can be anything, but just that like. Is this like a sneaker? This is like a Jordan. A tremendous sneaker housing. A real estate office. Okay. We'll look into that. I don't know what's going on with the sneaker. I posted the closed captioning nailed Rummikub. Yeah, it's pretty good. Shout out to it's like something Gooseman. If you also stream, it's like Stream Gooseman closed captioning or whatever. It's like a tool made by this one person, and they it like works with Google Chrome, and it's really, really good. It doesn't mean that like you can only have so many like kind of widget overlays on your stream. So I know not every streamer can like use that, but if you can, it's like a really cool like little accessibility thing that you can add. Been really enjoying having it. Okay, low tide. Make preparations for the upcoming. Yeah, what's going on with the shoe? Let me look in there. Well, you may have expected a giant shoe to be someone's personal residence. It actually houses a real estate office. By purchasing real estate, you can lock individual tiles in the battle, so they'll follow you to the next battle. Unfortunately, the minimum price for properties in the neighborhood is $8. You won't be able to person. Okay. This is an interesting game because it's like, you know how some games, everything has a purpose, and it's like there's lore to everything. And then some games they're like you're fighting this group of bats that are made of cotton candy because I said so. This feels like a game where they're like you're fighting a cotton candy bat, and the candy actually has to do with like the economy in Candyland, which is also like a reference to something. But also you can kind of just enjoy it, or you could think about it more and then you get something out of that too. It's like kind of playing on both, and that's sort of an interesting spot to be at, I feel like, for a game. Okay. My perfect game would be halfway between this and Inscription. Yeah, it definitely has like some Inscription vibes too, even though I never finished Inscription. Okay, so if I want to have more bread, let's just get more bread. I'm hoping to get to the thing where I have like a lot of bread. So I'll do that. Okay, there's like nothing here, so I guess I'll just collect resources, because like you attack, you have me move. I don't know. Sure. Right, there's like no one here to fight me, right? I'm just like getting stuff. I love Inscription, although honestly I prefer the Hex, which is a game by the same dev that everyone forgets about. Oh, fun. Yeah, I never I was playing Inscription, but I was really fucking bad at the card game, guys. Like I could not get like I could not progress enough to keep playing it. I liked it, but I like capped out really early. I'd like to try again, as I mentioned earlier, now that I've like had my Slay the Spire era. I also want to go back to Balatro, hoping that like I've gained some skills from some of those. Okay, which battlefield now? So I really want bread. I just want to have bread. So I think we're gonna go with that. It's funny, people know both Pony Island and Inscription, which is the first and third game, and they ignore the Hex completely. Yeah, you're all right. I don't think I hear about the Hex very much at all. I will say one small critique is that I wish some of the icons looked more different. Like the money thing kind of looks like bread. This thing kind of looks like bread. The bread looks like bread. It all kind of looks like bread to me. Let's go here. Not long after encountering the previous tool, you happen upon a second tool booth. From within the second booth emerges a second goat. Oh no, I'm poor. Listen, lady, my booth is old and rusty, and this thing isn't gonna open unless you grease it a bit, if you get what I'm saying. I don't have any money. I can't pay it. No, but I'm poor. Maybe I can sell stuff. I should have taken something with a chest or something. Yeah, I forget their vibes again. They can't cross water or hills. Okay. Now I remember. It's a murder mystery where all the suspects are protagonists from different genres of video games. It's basically a love letter to video games in general. Plus, Playing Island and Inscription are set in the same world, although you wouldn't know that without the Hex. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Hold on. Let me do a little stretch. Ooh, that was good. Unfortunately, you guys couldn't hear that, but it was a good crick. Good crick. Okay. So I'm here, and I want water and hills between me and the goat. Let's see what's in the inventory. Do you know where money comes from? You're probably used to getting stuff like this during high tide, right? That's not gonna work for money. Your money by doing your job. You do have a job, right? You don't think you have a job? Come on. I have caller ID, you know. I know for a fact you're the fancy fairy queen of the fancy fairy court fighting a fancy fairy war. That's totally a job. Have more confidence. So anyway, fairies usually earn money by defeating their enemy on the battlefields. Just knock down the stuff in the house, Rob. Oh yeah, you can also get money by selling stuff, maybe to us. But doing your job is a yeah, I guess I haven't been knocking down. Like, I'll like have no one to fight, and I'm like, I'm just gonna get resources. So okay. Okay. Let's think. I don't feel like I'm gonna shop because I'm poor, and I don't think I'm gonna sell anything because I'm petty. So let's just get rid of it. Who cares? Oh, what's these eggs? Egg zone. There are eggs over there. Okay, I'm like halfway through. Can keep having like water. Ooh. Okay. There's a lot of fuckers over here. An offer from the egg zone. Your Majesty, great to see you again. Still trying to get home? Anyway, I have an offer for you. That's right, you can become the proud owner of your very own football. Is she talking about the eggs? What eggs? Oh my god, football. They clearly lay eggs. Your Majesty, they are likely American footballs. I hear those are shaped like eggs. If you're gonna call your football an egg, call it an egg. Who am I to judge? The important part is to prepare. I'm prepared to part with one of these footballs for a incredibly low price. In fact, I'm prepared to pay you to take one. If he's willing to pay you to take one, there must be a downside. Do you like to know what it is? Well, raising a football is a big responsibility. Too big for me. You seem like you really got it together. You govern a whole magical court. I can't think of anyone better suited than carry the babies to victory. Well, to answer your question, you know the game of football, right? You lose the ball, you get a penalty. I can't keep racking up those penalties, Your Majesty. I'm gonna go broke. But I doubt that would be a problem for you, so what do you say? Guardianship over the football. Yeah, I'm gonna take the money for the football. And then I'm gonna pay the goats. Or can I not pay the goats anymore? Yeah, I'll pay the goats. I'll pay the goats. And now I have goat. Why are French omelets made with only one egg? I mean football. Because in French, an egg, I mean football. I love some footballs for breakfast. Okay, let's see. Let's do maybe like 2 of these. And then, so they have like 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's too many, but sure. Get the can, get the jar, or whatever. I want him to open the jar. You're in good standing with the goats. You can proceed with minimal interference. And then what's up with me and my egg? Okay, let's see. Bring the football to the end zone. That's so funny. Okay. Still enjoying or getting old? The game, not life. Yeah, I'm still enjoying it. I don't know that I'm the type of person to ever have this be like this is my baby identity level game. Like, it's not like, I'm not like, oh my god, I'm salivating over this game, but I think it is really enjoyable, and it creates like a lot of curiosity. Would you like a UI tip that is not a spoiler or strategic suggestion but improves quality of life? I will take it. Yes, thank you for asking. I feel like I am enjoying like the carrots on the sticks. Like that's a big motivator for me in a game. And I think the gameplay is fun. But it is a little bit like, for a lot of people, and maybe I'll get there eventually, I don't think so. I think that's just kind of a preference in games. This is a run or two night game. Yes, exactly. But I am salivating over it. I think I'm going to really enjoy this game, but I think it'll be like, I like it a lot. I respect it a lot. It is good, but I don't think I'll feel like a deep love for it. And not for any reason about the game. I just don't think it's like a game that lights me on fire. That's just like a like versus how good it is. As far as quality, this is pretty high up there for me so far this year. It's like up there in the like top 4 kind of pretty easily, but part of that is also that like there hasn't been really a lot of games that have like super lit me up. I really love Dogpile a lot from December, which I count as this year kind of game. And I enjoyed Pragmata a lot, but a lot of games that I've enjoyed have had some type of like a little bit of a tiny stink to them. It's like, oh, I loved Resident Evil, but that was kind of boring. Oh, I loved Pragmata, but it's like, oh, like, I don't know. Actually, Pragmata is probably the least offensive of the group. I don't think there's anything really wrong with Pragmata. It's a little basic, but so Pragmata's pretty high up there for me. I loved Cairn a lot. That was gonna be like GOTY status, and then I kind of was like, I don't really like what they did with like where they took the story for the ending and stuff. So it's kind of just been like, I sort of have had the rug slightly tugged, not pulled under me, but the rug's been tugged under me. Yeah, taking showers where you start to get super impressed, but I still think it's more interesting than fun. Yeah, that's fair. I think it's like a nice, enjoyable loop. Yeah, I might try Saros. It's funny, I was telling Patrick, I don't know if it was on content or before we started recording, but Saros I like decided to skip because I really didn't like Returnal. And it's not because anything bad with the game. I'm really bad at like bullet hell, memorize the pattern, how to dodge it. It's like, it's so obvious because it's like all these orbs are coming at you. There's like a gap right here, idiot. And I'm like, I don't know how to like go from one gap to like another. Like I just am bad at it. But apparently you can like suck up the orbs. And I'm like, okay, well that's just Luigi's Mansion. So wait, shit, do I need to play this game? So I might get to it. Or at least give it a try. Sorry, my back's starting to get a little stiff. I wish, and I have a standing desk, but if I were to stand at this desk, the camera would be like my face would be cut off because like the monitors would block the camera, so it's like why I'm not standing. But okay, either way, we're almost through, so let's keep going here. But yeah, like, and I know Consume Me didn't really like work out for me at the end, but like the way I was like eating that game up, like I'm not like eating this up yet, but I am enjoying it, and I do think it's good, and I think it's like everyone else is already recommend this game, so I don't need to be like also me, but also like, yeah, I'll fucking throw my hand. Yeah, I would say like definitely hit the demo and see what the vibes are. Okay, so I really want money. I want money. I don't know. Is there something? Are there like chests anywhere? Nah. I'll do this because I don't have that many like rocks, I guess. But I also don't have. Yeah, let's do this. I don't know. I feel like I'm early enough that it's like, let's not be like, I don't want to say let's not be strategic at all, but like let's not be too obsessive because like I barely even know what I'm doing, kind of thing. It's interesting because these are like almost the same rocks, but like they're not. Okay. You maintain that it more closely resembles an egg, which you're motivated to argue over it. Oh my god, do I need to protect my baby? You know what, I'm gonna sell this. And then... No, maybe not that one. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna sell that. And then... I'm gonna sell this. Maybe that's crazy. Oh, there's still an enemy here? Oh, okay. And then... I don't know. Sure! I'm not sure if this makes sense. Yeah, no facts. Also, you can speed this part up, but it's like, it's not that long. I'm sure, like, there's that point where, like, you end up, like, in Cities Spire 2, where it's like, bitch, I'm putting this on 2x, because I play this game all the time. But I feel like this, you know, it doesn't go, like, the gap isn't that much, like, sorry, the gap isn't that much bigger. There we go. Also, the music doesn't sound good sped up. Does the music also speed up when you do it? So you have to ask. Does anyone know why the upcoming battlefields are marked as a sinister-looking skull? It's strife. Flooded with enemies, extremely hostile terrain. Danger all catapults. Danger all centaurs. I've never even fought a centaur yet. Let's go with this one. See what happens. Okay, we have a new thing, a new billboard. Through Spy Gas, you see a new billboard. Tacos. The desire for tacos is universal. Quite a bold claim. Does Your Majesty agree? Yes. To be honest, you really could go for a taco now, but that is insufficient proof of the universality of such a desire. Yeah, that is what you're about to suggest. And such, the billboard's claim remains unproven, but also unrefuted. Okay. Yeah, oops, all catapults. Why is my back so stiff right now? Okay, there we go. I find it really funny that speeding up the audio without pitching it up, or rather compensating for the pitch up results naturally from being sped up is still, we don't have a good mathematical algorithm for it. Age. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not a big believer in that. I don't believe in aging, if I'm being honest. Because my back's been stiff. It was stiff 5 years ago. Because packages have been sitting for 6 hours, 4 hours, or whatever. Okay. Let's see. I feel like normally when I stream, my back doesn't feel stiff, but you were younger 5 years ago. Yeah, but my back was still stiff 5 years ago. So, what say you now? Okay. I need to shield myself from these fucking catapults. And I feel like they may have made it so that I can't. I'm kind of concerned about this. Okay. Oh, I can't open these yet. I can't open these yet. Thank you for the follow. Okay. Playing Hades for the first time. And when I see Saros, I think of Hades. Yeah! I mean, I think they are kind of like, not literal cousins, but like, they do feel kind of reminiscent of each other. Okay, let's see. I'm scared to like drop down a lot of stuff because I feel like we're in a not horrible spot right now. Okay, could have been worse. It's not too bad. Not too bad. Hades is the first action roguelite for me. Not sure how I feel about it. Yeah. Yeah. I did end up sticking with it, but I'm not a big, like, action roguelite person. I do want to give it another try, though. Didn't like Hades in my kind of game. Oh, yeah, also, we got these. I'm going to sell it because I know these goats are going to be charging a lot. I didn't even read what it was. I know that's going to bother people, but... Okay, so we have... I'm here. Can I buy... Enemies become friends. All rocks become... No. I wish I had, like, some spells or something. I don't even know if this will be good or not. Fuck it, let's try it out. Oh, I know. Oh my god. Can I even move past the water? No, I can't. Oh my god. Oops. Well. I didn't really think this part through, as you can see. Alright, that we can speed up. Well, honestly, that wasn't as bad as it could have been. U-turn. As you might expect, given the day you're having, a third tool book makes the experience. Okay. What do you want? 24, you fucking bitch. I want to pay you, but I don't have any money. I'm broke. I'm poor. Hospital would be good. I guess we'll go to the hospital. But I don't know. No, let's go here because then maybe we can get enough money to like pay him. Fuck it. We're gonna risk it. We're gonna risk it all. Yeah, then I'm over here. I'm like, where am I? Playing Hades 2. I'm falling off of the repetition, but I know if I hold on, it'll hopefully be worth it. Where are these chests at? I'm not seeing any chests. There's one. Okay. Okay. So I need 6 more. So let's definitely sell this. Wait, no. Sell it. Can I sell it? Can I not sell it? Oh, I can only sell these 2. Like their fighters into lovers or my fighters into lovers? I guess I'll get it. Theirs. Okay, cool. That makes more sense, but I was like, wait. Yeah, I'm gonna give them the money. I sort of like all the frantic fighting in Hades, but it does get repetitive. The game music and VA, but I'm also just skipping through that in a way that bums me out. Yeah. And then it's like, I don't know. People are always like, well, you can make it like easier and blah, 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 but I'm like, I don't know. It just never was something that like, it was not a loop I was caught up in. So I'm starting to get a little bit hungry. I hope dinner soon. I hope dinner soon. Oh, the Dodgers are playing right now. Hold on. Okay. All right. So. Oh, but like I can only do one of them or whatever. Defensive. I think that's like all I can really do. So, well, I guess we might as well like throw a lot of these guys out there. Just I don't know. Fuck it. Fuck it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go and pray. Let's go and pray. Oh no, my egg! The egg! And then wait, why is the jar at 100% again? No, the egg. The chaos is strangely calming. You simply it's possible to change in a place like this. To exit is something different than when you entered. Such an ocean shocks you to the strength or whatever. So actually, let me read this. Because I'm kind of like skimming it, but it's like that's yeah, you guys can't read this that. I mean, you could read it that fast, but it's tiny on your phone or laptop or whatever. Okay. Okay. Rejoice, traveler. Your long-awaited rest is finally at hand. May prosperity welcome you. Commence battle. You select affirmative. With the final toll paid in full, the court is now free to proceed to victory. Okay, hold on. Rejoice, traveler, your long-awaited rest is finally... I read it backwards for a second. May prosperity welcome you. Oh my god, I'm on your TV. Hi, Mom, I'm on TV. And then for a brief moment, just beyond the toll booth, the lanes separating the pieces of the battlefield disappear. The chaos is strangely calming. You suddenly believe it's possible to change in a place like this, to exit something different than what you entered. Such a notion shocks you with the strength of its allure. But it lasts only a brief moment. Soon enough, the lanes return, and whatever constitutes order within the tide reasserts itself. Buying my way to victory. I'm sad the egg had to die. I didn't look for it on the battlefield. Hmm. "14 casualties. Make our way through the courtyard to the chapel, where I find Puck in front of the pulpit. It remains the same. Okay, the walls curve as you start to mentally form a question. The quivering intensifies, and then you stop yourself. You let the question on your lips fall into the recess of your mind unspoken. Reality response settles down. Right, so you think you figured this one out. The court is waiting for you to ask a question. If you don't ask a question, it won't collapse. That wasn't a question, by the way, just an observation. My queen does tend to think out loud. Well then, don't mind me. Go put your theory to the test. I'll be waiting for you whenever your curiosity gets the better, like it always does. What should you do here? Okay. I see now. Wait, what was the moral? Oh, of me paying the goats off? The moral is you can just buy your way to victory, as I've done twice now. Does it save, like, automatically? Like, am I saved here? I'm gonna let y'all tell me really quick on if you feel like it's saved. Yeah, you're saved. I thought so. Anyway. Okay, that was Titanium Court. And we answered the burning question, which is, what the fuck is Titanium Court? It is mechanically speaking, it is a match 3 puzzle game, but also a simplistic combo of resource management and, like, war. You, like, deploy troops on things. The gameplay's heavier part is divided into 2 parts. One where you're doing the match 3, and then one where you're deploying your troops, and then you let the battle ensue. What makes this mechanically interesting is that, like every match 3 puzzle game where objects fall into the space, but unlike every match 3 puzzle game, not totally unlike, because I do think some match 3 puzzle games introduce, like, chests and things that you can open, but it goes beyond, like, chests. There's, like, hospitals to heal. There's, like, things to open. There's, like, a jar that you can hit over and over again, and maybe you can open it at some point, or maybe you can't. There's a bunch of, like, funky, wild events that can occur. Like, a goat's there and wants you to pay a toll. If you don't pay the goat, you have to fight the goat. If you do pay, the goat fights with you. And you're in this loop. You were trying to get home because you've been isekai'd. You're trying to find an exit. How would you find that exit? We don't know yet. But you are given kind of a to-do list that guides how you play. So maybe you're trying to, like, have a certain amount of money. Maybe you're trying to, you know, have, like, this amount of food, or to, like, have this type of death. So there's always different, like, kind of sub-challenges that may lead you to exiting and being done with the game, or beating the game, or finishing the game, or whatever. Yeah, and I think, and, you know, like, the part that I haven't explicitly mentioned is the narrative of it all. It's sprinkled throughout the combat and the match 3 stuff, but it is primarily, like, an exploration after the fact, in a very, like, point-and-click adventure style. You're kind of just saying, like, click, I'm gonna go to the chapel, or click, I'm gonna go to the kitchen, and then, like, things can occur there. But the way it's displayed is very, like, reminiscent of, like, old school adventure games. Like, there's a wall, what do you do? And it's like, oh, I press my hand against it. On that note too, like, I know it's a little bit snaking its tail, like, what came first, whatever. I get that I might have the attributions, like, crossed, but, like, it has that tone of, like, adventure game. It has that tone of D&D. It's a tone and style that I do quite enjoy. And I'm liking this game. And it's not that complicated. I I didn't think it was necessarily complicated because no one said like this game's really confusing or like really hard, but it sounds it's very easy to make this game sound really strange, and I think it's a lot more straightforward than I felt based on hearing people talk about it. Like it sounded very like convoluted, and it's easy to make sound convoluted, but I think it's actually like kind of straightforward, even though I know it's gonna have tricks up its sleeves. It kind of subverts here and there. It has like a very funky tone, but like it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, I think don't let the like absurdity of the occurrences make you think that this is a complicated game. It's not. At least not now. Maybe it'll become complicated. Do I think I'll keep playing? Yeah, I'd like to beat it, whatever that means. I don't think I'm gonna lose interest. I also don't know that I'm gonna gain that much interest, but I will say that like I am very compelled by. I want to know what happens like when I open the jar, if it can be opened. I want to know. You know, I want to get those 4 keys and open stuff up. I want to do all these different things. And it's funny because like with a lot of video games, it's like, why do I want to do it? Because I want to see like what's after that. Well, I guess that's a little bit more compelling than most, because I feel like a lot of games is like, I want to do it because I want it done. And this is like, not only do I get the satisfaction of it being done, but like something cool might happen and I'll get to like witness that. And that's fun. All while having like a cool little like match 3 strat to it. I think the other thing to point out for people that maybe like, you know, you're casually watching or you came in late, is what makes the match 3 stuff fun is it's so much more than like, I guess in a way you could argue, oh, it's point scoring and the points are just resources, but it's, to me, it's so much more than just matching the stuff, because it's like you have like enemies on the terrain. So it's like if I clear the enemy line, maybe I'll have less enemies to fight. But at the same time, like stuff drops in. So it's like, oh, I cleared one thing of enemies, but then other, you know, other enemies might fall in, or like I want to be able to shop at the shop at the end. I want to make sure the shop doesn't get cleared. Oh, fuck, I cleared it by accident. So like there's some really fun stuff going on with that I think makes it more compelling than match 3 typically is. So that's really cool as well. What other games do you have lined up? What do you mean by lined up? For today, I'm basically rounding out right now. This will be the end of the stream. But in general, I can speak to what I'm looking to be playing. Normally on this stream, I really just play whatever I want. Mondays, every Monday, 3 p.m. PT. I'm sure I'll miss some weeks due to illness or travel or scheduling conflicts, but mostly we've been pretty good about hitting the last couple weeks. The VODs will always be on youtube.com/Gameonysus, and I will also set them live on Twitch as well, but the VODs on YouTube last forever, and on Twitch they're limited to like either 2 weeks or like 30 days or something like that. I know it's a big gap, but I forget which one it is. I do have a list over on Backlogged, which... Could I pull that up? I mean, I think it'll be a little bit too much UI work for me to want to pull it up, so I'll just read it off to you guys. But we have... I'll see what else is coming out in the next week or so, but here's some games I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about Lost and Found Co., which I think I've only done the demo of. It's a hidden object game. Love hidden object games. I'm thinking about Esoteric Ebb. I'm thinking about going back to Tomb of the Bloodletter and trying that a bit more. I'm thinking about Pocopia, but I've already played a bit of that off stream. So I think if I had to guess without like looking, well, actually I have a little release calendar in my notebook. Actually, I can glance at some of the release calendar. It's not always perfectly up to date. I think Wax Heads maybe comes out tomorrow. That's what I have written in my notebook. That could be a fun one to play. But honestly, I think I might just put that on the roadmap pile. Which Wax says it's like a record store sim. The last release date I had written was May 5th. Maybe they changed it. I don't know. I think I will probably do Lost and Found Co. next week, because I've been dying to play that. It's like such a me game, and it seems really fun and really cool from the demo I played. So I think that's probably what I'll end up doing. Yeah, and Mixtape comes out this week. So... we'll see what goes on with that. I don't want to comment too much on games that aren't out, just because I don't like saying yes or no on whether or not I have them or not until afterwards. But that's a game I'm very much looking forward to. And what else comes out soon? I have on my list... Hello? Why is this so twisted? Here we go. Directive 8020 comes out May 12th, allegedly. I don't remember if that's still up to date. But yeah, let's see. Today's the 4th. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So yeah, it'll be like one day before. I don't think Dark Age 20 is really gonna light my world on fire, but I'll probably play that just for fun. Yeah, I do have my backlog there, so you guys can look at the roadmap if you'd like to. Thank you for adding the command as well. But yeah, probably that, because Esoteric Ebb is a bit long, and I'm trying really hard not to juggle too many games at once. Another thing to note, sometimes I use these streams as like homework streams for me. So if you go to my page or my YouTube, you can see that I did a Silk Song stream last week because I had a spoiler cast that I was doing with Remap Radio. So, and that is up already, I believe. So yeah, there's a chance that sometimes I throw like some homework on the pile, but mostly I'm leaning a bit on games from this year, but I'm also trying not to juggle too many games at once. So like, there's a chance I play more of this next week, but I don't think so. Like, I do plan to continue with it, but it's like, that being said, I have to, you know, plan that out too. Titanium Court, how long to beat? Is there even a how long to beat for this game? She's not that bad. I'm seeing main story 4 hours, how long to beat, like, on average is like 13 and a half. Completion is 22. That's not bad. Yeah. Yeah. That's like, that feels achievable. I mean, it's kind of what I did with Karen. I streamed it and then I took it off stream and I really kind of marathon through that, which was part really fun and then kind of got less fun when I was like, I don't enjoy this part as much of what they kind of did with the final chunk of that game. But yeah, let me add Titanium Court to my backlog right now so I can know that I'm doing it. Playing. Yeah, okay, anyway. But yeah, that is the stream this week. Let's just keep it the same kind of vibes where we're content cousins with Kyle Bossman at this point because we share a stream schedule. I mean, I think Bossman's actually, I probably said this already on content, but I think Bossman's live like a lot. Like, I think he streams really often. So we're probably always sharing a stream schedule with Bossman, regardless of when we do our stream. But yeah, as I said at the top, or not at the top, but like towards a few minutes ago, I don't know why I can't talk. I am live on Mondays, 3 p.m. PT to about 7 p.m. PT. Come through. I might do bonus streams here and there. And if you want to make sure you never miss a stream, make sure you tap that bell on twitch.tv to get notifications whenever I go live. They almost work all the time, but sometimes they don't, if I'm being honest. But yeah, let's do a raid over to Kyle Bossman, and that is how we will head out. When you get to Bossman's stream, say Randleton when you get there and spam the tier 1 emotes if you have them, and say hello even if you do have to raid and run, which I often do on these days. Thanks for watching and giving some occasional tips, and also just, I don't know, checking out the game together. It was a lot of fun. All right, I'll see you guys here next week. Bye. Bye to the VOD.